Healing and Empowerment. We are going to be doing some Zodiac sign readings for the 1111 portal. So I'm going to get right to it here in just a second. I'm going to start with the water signs. So anyhow, this is going to be free readings for all the Zodiac signs for the 1111 portal. Let me see. Which cards am I going to be using for Cancer, please? Which cards will I be using for Cancer, please? Thank you. Okay, Cancer, this is going to be for you. What messages do you have for Cancer, please, in love, romance, finance, ascension messages? Thank you. Okay, so you got 1010 right away. You have the Authority card and the Riches card, which tells me that God is in control of how your finances come out. So if you've been struggling with something that has to do with your finances, this is God's way of saying that you don't have to worry about struggling anymore. There is going to be a new start in finances. There is also going to be a never-ending process with finances, which means that there is something that is happening within your finances, Cancer. That means that this cycle is going to be never ending. It's going to keep giving you some sort of lessons, presenting you with new opportunities or whatever it may be. But just know that it's definitely bringing in some changes in your finances. What other cards do I go to for Cancer, please? Let me move this back a little bit so you guys aren't getting that shaky. Which cards do I go to for Cancer, please? Thank you. What other messages do you have? Thank you. Am I supposed to take this one, yes or no? Thank you. So you're being asked to make sure that you're doing things like saying clear, cancel, delete, or, saying things like, I didn't mean it, or excuse me, when you're saying things that could be of a lower vibrating energy. If you're doing things that could be of a lower vibrating energy, anything that could end up bouncing back to you and causing you some sort of issues, you're asked to make sure that you're clearing that energy by using the words clear, cancel, delete. You can even just say things like I said, I didn't mean that, excuse me, I was just joking, whatever it may be. That energy is not meant to be sent out and felt and then brought back to you. So make sure that you're doing that. This is a time of receiving a lot of intuitive information. You are getting some sort of downloads from Spirit. These downloads could come in the forms of visions, just internal thoughts that you could be having. There could be signs and synchronistic things that are happening throughout the day as well that are giving you some sort of information as to what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, things that you could be changing at this time when it comes to your finances, how to get to financial stability, financial independence, or just independence in general. So I do feel like God is going to be giving you all of the information that you need to move forward with your finances, whether it be moving to a different career, getting a promotion at a job, becoming an entrepreneur, whatever it is, you're going to definitely have the information on how to move forward. For many of you, there's a lot of new opportunities that are opening up for you. This doesn't just have to be in finances, but it could be in all areas of your life. But there is some new opportunities. Again, you're going to receive the information that's going to tell you how to move forward in this situation, what things need to change, and how to make those changes. May even give you the confidence and courage to make the changes that are necessary at this time. Do I continue with these cards, yes or no? Which cards do I go to, please? Show me that again. Which cards do I go to? Thank you. Hi guys, how you doing, hon? Thank you guys for being here. I am not doing any free or paid readings today. I'm just doing the Zodiac signs for the 1111 portal. But thank you guys for being here. Greatly appreciated. If you are interested in a reading though and you're wanting to ask questions, please feel free to go to my website and make an appointment with me. That is uniqueme303healing.net. Also, I will be going live tomorrow to do some free body scans and healing. So if you're interested in that, please come back tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, Cancer, you're going through a lot of times of feeling like you're being held back by something. One of these things I feel like you're being held back from is from some sort of connection. This could be a connection with somebody from your childhood, or maybe somebody from your past, maybe when you was younger, maybe even 10, 20 years ago. It doesn't matter, but you're having some sort of memories of somebody from your past, which is an indicator of this person coming back into your life. If there's things that need to be healed that have to do with this connection, make sure that you're healing those things, because I do feel like this is going to be something worth your while. It is going to be some sort of happy connection or happy reunion for the most of you. However, if you're feeling like you're a little bit stuck in a situation, especially when it comes to your finances, you're being asked to pray and meditate and set intentions on finding out what your next steps are. Because again, Spirit is wanting to give you some sort of clarification, awareness as to what your next steps are, especially when it has to do with your finances. So many of you have been feeling like you're being restricted from some sort of, it's almost like from some sort of new start. Maybe it's you restricting yourself by some thought pattern that you may have about this said new start. I feel like, again, many of you, this is referring to finances, but it doesn't have to. But there is some money issues that may be testing you at this time. However, Spirit is asking you to be patient with the changes that are happening right now. One of the things that I do see is that your cup is not completely empty. So even if it feels like it's completely empty right now, just have faith and trust in the process, and finances will start to shift and change. Yes, 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 they're saying. You do have justice on the bottom, which is referring to something that is going to turn out, finding the truth in some sort of matter. Awareness and clarity being brought to something. Again, it doesn't have to be with the finances, but for many of you, I feel like it's going to resonate with you, especially when it has to do with the finances. Which cards do I go to now, please? Which cards do I go to now, please? Thank you. Hope everybody's doing okay. I'm not doing too bad. I am doing a live feed for the Zodiac signs for the 1111 portal. Right now, I am working on Cancer, so if you are a Cancer, then this reading will probably resonate with you, but I will be getting on to the rest of them after this, so come back if you're not willing to stay around and take a look and see what your sign has to say. So many of you, Cancer, are waiting for something. You're waiting for a sign. You're waiting for Spirit to give you some sort of awareness or perspective that is, substantially going to change the way that you view things. However, I do feel like some of you are in this energy of learning how to find your truth, gain some sort of confidence in a situation, and I feel like it has something to do with moving forward, again, with finances. Really this whole reading, Cancer, seems to be going along with some sort of financial gain, a change, or a proposal that has to do with something that would cause some sort of finances to change. This is telling you that creating success through consistency is really going to be beneficial. You do have number 5, which is a message of positive change and transformation. You do have fruitful energy coming to you, but I feel like it's due to someone that comes into your life, or some sort of energy that comes into your life that is like productive. It may be somebody that's coming into your life that's showing you some sort of skills, or maybe helping you to master some sort of skill that you may have. It may be partnering up with somebody or what have you. Either way it goes, this is somebody that's got what you want, or either has already accomplished. Hi honey, how you doing, Adam? Accomplished a lot of things that you're wanting to accomplish. So maybe just getting set up with them and talking to them for some reason is going to be beneficial. On the bottom, we do have nearing, which is telling me that you are getting close to getting to some sort of goal, or accomplishing something that you've been working hard to accomplish. Again, consistency bears fruit. There may be something about the 8th day, or the 18th day, even the 19th day is even coming out. Might have something to do with some sort of significant change for you guys, Cancer. Which cards do I go to, please? Which ones are those? Let's see here. Yep. Okay. Guys, I'm working on Cancer right now. I'll be going to Pisces will be next. What other messages do you have for Cancer, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please. In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please. For Cancer. Thank you. So we do have a bright future coming out, which is telling you that there's nothing that you need to worry about. Everything is aligning just as it should align. And it's really up to you. Have faith in the process of how things are going to pan out for you. I really am feeling a lot of like vibrant type of energy, and it just makes me feel like you're already really close to or already in an energy of like breakthrough, where you're starting to see the path is lit for you. You know exactly what each one of your next moves are and so on and so forth. So you do have Bridget, which is an energy of standing up for what you believe in. This is a energy of not backing down in spite of what people may say, any kind of disapproval or judgment that may come from others. This is that energy, even when you feel like the challenges are coming and maybe you don't feel enough grace, or you don't feel as if there's ease to the process or the situation. This is the energy saying, don't quit now, you know, keep going. Don't take no for an answer type of energy. No problem, honey. You're very, very welcome. What other messages do you have for Cancer, please? In love, romance. Thank you. So you do have Aphrodite, which is talking about awakening the goddess within. The ways that you can do this is a few different ways, okay? The very first thing that comes to me is seeing your beauty, seeing your light for what it actually is. For some of you, this may be a challenge. For a lot of you, though, you've already gotten to the point of being able to see your worth and value, seeing the beauty that you have on the inside and out. It's not just about physical beauty. It's about seeing the light that you have, the love that you have to share with others. It's also about the respect that you have for yourself. I wasn't going to say that, but that just came out. But one way to awaken the inner goddess is by rhythm, movement, dancing, you know, making sure, hi honey, how you doing? Making sure that you are doing things like self-care. Cancer, make sure that you are doing things that are going to help to awaken the goddess within, or the god within. Guys, I will be doing Pisces next. I'm doing Cancer right now. These are just general readings for the collective of Cancer that I'm doing. I will be doing all the other zodiac signs, so just stay tuned. Okay, the next message that came out is all about past life connections. You may have a situation in your life where somebody from your past is coming back, or maybe you're having deja vu moments, remembrance, 4-4, guys, look that up on Sacred Scribes, but remembrance of things that have happened in your past, or, you know, even ways of being that you could pull from the past into this current reality to help you to evolve or ascend in some way, shape, or form. For a lot of you, though, this is going to be a past connection that is coming back. We already had that message come out. So for some of you, that is what this is referring to. Let's get you a few more messages. And Teardrop, I remember being here. Very cool, hon. What other messages do you have for Cancer, please? I will be doing Pisces next, then Scorpio, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and so on and so forth. So you're being asked to not put on a show for people, you know, not a false show anyway. If you're giving of your energy in some way, shape, or form, make sure that it is a true, authentic aspects of yourself that you're sharing with others, that you're not putting on some sort of facade, that you're not faking it. You know, you're not wearing some sort of mask in front of them to look better, or, you know, doing things to say, look at me, but instead you're being completely 100% authentic to who you are. Around people, when you're not around people, when you're just by yourself, all of the time, being 100% true and authentic. Some of you are grieving over some sort of loss. This could be the loss of the old aspect of yourself. You know, you are changing and transforming at quite a rapid rate. So many of you are in the energy of, you know, grieving over aspects of yourself that you had to lose. Okay. This may be, maybe aspects of yourself that you had to change, that you didn't like about yourself, or maybe you're moving in a different direction for a career path, and you really liked what you did before, but it's no longer in the same frequency or vibration that you are, so you're moving in a different direction. It is giving you a little bit of these bittersweet type of feelings where that it's much needed, but at the same time it gives you some sort of sad energy. It could be because you're having to leave some people behind. However, it is much needed. You may feel a little bit confused about where you're going. Maybe you still don't feel like you have enough direction as to what your path is. 4-4 again is being shown to me, guys. Anyhow, some of you are in this energy of feeling a little bit like, what is my next step? What am I supposed to do? Remember, at the top of this reading, it was saying that you're going to get clarification. You're going to get information how to move forward, but just don't quit yet. Don't back down. Anyhow, make sure that you are, sitting in prayer and meditation and seeking God and asking your higher self, what is my next steps? What am I supposed to be doing? Because again, the answer is, answers are coming to you. Clarification, awareness in some sort of situation is definitely getting ready to happen. Let me see. Let me get you guys some affirmations. Who views Tower? I'm not for sure what you mean by that. How you guys doing, hun? Hope everybody's doing well. I am doing, finishing up on Cancer's reading, and then I'll be moving to Pisces. I am doing Zodiac signs tonight for the 11/11 portal. You have, I am powerful. I am hope. And your third affirmation is, I am wisdom. Okay, Cancer, I hope that you got something out of your reading. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. I am going to go ahead and move on to Pisces. This next reading is going to be for the collective of Pisces. Guys, I am going live tomorrow to do some body scans and healing. These will be free body scans. I scan the body to see what needs to be done physically, mentally, emotionally, or energetically. And I do as Spirit asked me to do. Of course, it's not going to clear and heal all things at once, but we will give it a start. So hopefully I will see you guys there tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and start Pisces 1813. Okay, Pisces, this message is going to be for you. I keep seeing these cards, so I'm going to go to them and see what they have to say. You're very, very welcome, hon. Much love to you. What messages do you have for Pisces, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from Spirit or higher self, please, for Pisces. In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from Spirit or higher self, please, for Pisces. Give me 2 more shuffles, please. For Pisces, in love, romance, finance. Thank you. How many cards? Okay, so Pisces, a lot of you are finding out that you are an ancient being. You're an old soul. You are somebody who has traveled many lifetimes and been through many lessons to get to where you are now. To this place where you are in an energy of fertility, making things happen. You've maybe even learned some sort of experiences from the past that has been brought forward into this lifetime, which has brought you into an energy of being, a god or a goddess. This is an energy of being all type of energy, mountains being moved, because you're just in this really bright light, a light that's very positive, one that is like very abundant, and I'm feeling is very capable of manifesting things into the reality pretty rapidly. Let's see what other cards Spirit has for you. I am seeing the color green, which is making me think of the heart chakra. So some of you could be going through things that have to do with the heart chakra, but I really feel for the majority of you Pisces, if it has something to do with the heart chakra, it's going to be something to do with gaining things and having a lot of joy, happiness. Yeah, we do have a message that there is something that has shifted and changed for the better. And I feel like this is an area of your life where things just didn't feel like they were moving very rapidly. Maybe it just felt like you was held back in some way, shape, or form. And now things are starting to move. And I feel like it's moving with like this really good energy, ease, grace. I'm even feeling like a cornucopia type of energy with this card, which makes me feel as if there's going to be some sort of harvest. Yes, 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 they're saying. Let's see what other messages come through for Pisces. A lot of you have some sort of choice to make, especially when it has to do with a partner that you may be with. For many of you, this may not resonate, but for those of you who are in a relationship and you've been having some sort of issues with a partner, then this is a message for you. For some of you, there is a third party. This could represent somebody cheating on you, but it doesn't have to. It could mean that there's a family member, a job, maybe this person is a workaholic, so they don't have time for you. Take out how it resonates with you. But for some of you, this is an energy of needing to find balance within this connection. If you can't find balance, then you need to move in the opposite direction. This is where the decision comes in. I feel like many of you have decisions to make, especially when it comes to if it's not a romantic partner, it could be people that you're hanging around, certain situations that you're in. However, remember, you're in this new energy of fertility. So this is a time when you're finding your soul tribe, your friends that are meant to be around you. These are people who have traveled many lifetimes to continue this lifetime with you. Maybe they just want to have fun, and that's why they are finding you right now. Maybe they're people that you're meant to partner up with for some reason, or what have you. Either way it goes, some of you, this could even be like a twin flame connection that you're in, and there isn't like real good balance or stability. So you're being asked to go in a different direction until one or both parties heals and gets to the same energy. And I'm hearing yes, yes, yes. Which cards do I go to, please? Which cards do I go to? Thank you. What other messages do you have for Pisces, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from Spirit. Am I supposed to take that second card? Spirit or higher self, please, for Pisces. In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from Spirit or higher self, please, for Pisces. Love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from Spirit or higher self, please, for Pisces. Okay, so remember where you came from. Remember that you are capable of changing any energy from a negative energy to a positive energy. You are somebody who is very powerful and manifests things very rapidly and very easily. So make sure that when you're thinking of something in a negative way, or maybe acting in some way that is not real conducive to your energy anymore, or maybe you're going back to some sort of habits, make sure that you're using the words clear, cancel, delete, canceling any energy that you may have sent out into the universe so that it doesn't come back to you, bringing even more negative energy. Visualizing and acting as if you already have things that you want in your life is also going to be beneficial at this time. You do have holy love, which tells me that some of you are connecting with a soulmate, maybe a twin flame or a counterpart. For many of you, this is something coming back to you that maybe you'd already been spending some time and energy in, contemplating whether or not you want it. Maybe you've been learning a lot of lessons, and so is the other person in things that they need to change, how to evolve, and have made the changes necessary to evolve so that they can really get into a new energy, an energy that would be more aligned with you, or vice versa. You do have the Expect Miracles card, which means exactly what it's saying. There's things that are going to be shifting and changing in your life right now that as they shift and change, it's going to completely seem like it's a miracle because you just didn't know how you was going to get the money for your bills, or how you was going to get this job, or, how you was going to get your car fixed. I mean, there's a million gazillion things that it could be, but Spirit is saying, miracles are going to happen when you act as if, believe as if, speak as if, visualize as if you already have something or it's already yours. Then the shift starts to change and miracles can happen. So make sure that you're doing that. There is something that you need to put work into. This could be, bringing in balance in your life. in both your physical life and your spiritual life, or balancing the two out. Again, there's also some sort of unbalance within a connection, or maybe multiple connections. Some of these connections could have to do with karmic relationships. These are people that are meant to teach you lessons in what you don't want, and then they're going to be on their way. So put in the work, learn the lessons, make the changes necessary, and so on and so forth. Many of you are in the energy of receiving downloads. These are downloads that have to do with what your next steps are, what changes you need to make. For some of you, this is also referring to how to manifest the things that you want to manifest even faster. And I feel like for a lot of you, that's going to be rapid manifestation through changing your attitude, changing your way of thinking, changing your way of being, and so on and so forth. Let's see, what other messages do I go to, please? Thank you. What other messages do you have, please, for Pisces in love, romance, finance, ascension messages? Thank you. Peace of mind is coming, and it's coming after a little bit of contemplation. I feel like you guys are in this energy of really figuring out what you want to do with your life. I feel like some of you are starting all over, but this is a good starting all over. You've made way for spirit, the universe, your higher self, angels, source God, to provide the changes necessary to give you the things that you want. However, I feel like you don't know what you want. Some of you are in this energy of figuring out, what is it that I want now that I've moved up to the next level, so to speak? I already accomplished this, and that in the old cycle, in the old timeline. Now I'm in the new timeline. What do I want to accomplish? What kind of things would I like to grow in? What kind of things would I like to acquire? So setting up new goals and figuring out what you would like to have going into this new cycle or new timeline is exactly what it's referring to. But however, I feel like many of you have this peace of mind because you've achieved a lot of things that you wanted to achieve, and you've gotten to a place where you wanted to be and became very happy or very joyous, or working very close to getting very close towards that. And now this is a time of like resurrection, maybe going up to the next level, so to speak, or what have you. But this is a really good energy. I feel like Pisces, you have a lot of good things going on for you, but it's really up to you to put in the action, the work necessary at this time to have these changes happen. You are receiving some sort of awareness and clarity on how to bring stability or how to bring balance into your life, especially when it comes to balance within connections and relationships. Doesn't have to be romantic connections. However, I do feel like for some of you, this is definitely, speaking of romantic relationships. It also seems as if this is referring to connection with other friendships that you're having or starting. Some of you are finding your soul tribe right now. So use your discernment of spirit. If it's telling you that so-and-so is not for you, then don't go around them. If it's telling you that, oh my God, I feel like I've known this person forever, I don't know how I know them, but I feel like I've known them forever, then make sure that you start having some sort of engagement with them, friendships or whatever it may be, because this is the time when you're going to see who your true friends are, who your soulmates are, who your, people, your soul tribe are. So use your discernment of spirit, and you'll start to see exactly who these people are. And sorry, that sound just distracted me for some reason. What other messages do you have for Pisces? Am I supposed to take both of these? So we have two yellow cards that came out together, which instantly makes me feel of confidence, courage, bravery, strength, self-esteem that is changing in some way, shape, or form. You do have the prayer card and the miracle card, which, prayer is self-explanatory. It's time for you guys to get back into prayer, meditation, setting intentions on things that you would like to manifest, how to get those things, what your next steps are, and so on and so forth. Expect that miracles are going to happen as you start to get deeper into prayer and meditation and taking the time to put action into the areas in which you feel led to do so. Again, peace of mind is coming, which is going to help you to feel a little bit more content with where you're at. However, I feel like for most of you, this is a really, really good place, and expect a lot of blessings to come to you, a lot of rewards, so to speak. Anyhow, let's get you guys, Pisces, let's get you some I am affirmations, and I'm going to be moving to Scorpio next, guys. So if you're wanting to listen to the Scorpio reading, it will be next. I am unconditional love. Today, I will manifest changes necessary to become a non-judgmental person. So this is self-explanatory. This is just, trying to help you to get to this place of being unconditional, loving, non-judgmental toward yourself and others, compassionate. This is an energy of Christ consciousness. I am perfect in God's eyes. Today, I will embrace my flaws as I see them. I will view self through the eyes of God. And, none of us have flaws. I think what this is referring to is seeing flaws as what they truly are, which is gifts from God. We're meant to embrace every single aspect of ourselves, and this is what this is referring to. And then we have, I am magnificent. I hope that you guys got something out of this reading, Pisces. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. I hope that you guys have a wonderful evening. I am moving on to Scorpio here in just a second. These are collective readings for 11/11 for all the zodiac signs. I'm doing them individually. I have already done Cancer and Pisces. I am moving on to Scorpio. And then after Scorpio is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius in that order. I'm trying to timestamp them so that you guys will know exactly when they start. However, I fail at that sometimes, so just bear with me. All right, for Scorpio, 3130. 3130. Okay, Scorpio, this is going to be for you. Which cards do I go to for Scorpio, please? All right, these cards. Okay, Scorpio, this is for you, honey. What messages do you have for Scorpio, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Scorpio. In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Scorpio. I feel like I am really leaning all weird today. For Scorpio, in love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Scorpio. Love, romance, finance. Thank you. Am I supposed to take both of these? Okay, so this is time for you to take flight. Put yourself out there in some way, shape, or form, whether this be through sharing of your experience, strength, and hope, using your skills and talents in some way, shape, or form, becoming an entrepreneur and sharing your business with others. We do have 7, which automatically makes me feel like this is a connection with a spiritual awakening. For some of you, this is a pretty deep spiritual awakening, maybe a new cycle, a new timeline of spiritual awakenings. We do have 12/12, so look that up on Sacred Scribes. But this is a time when, you're going to spread your wings and fly. Not take no for an answer. Keep doing things in spite of what you may feel from your ego. If your ego is telling you not to do something because of something that has happened in the past, make sure that you're disregarding that and moving forward anyway. This is a time when, like I just said, your ego is going to try to distract you in some way, shape, or form. It's going to tell you that, if you do this, then you're not going to make it. If you go this direction, then you're not going to have the finances. It's going to tell you all these things that you don't want to hear. 3333 to try to distract you. However, these distractions are just meant to help you to learn lessons that you need to learn to be able to move forward. 1414. And then we do have the number 9, which is all about service to others, being of service to others without expecting anything in return. I do feel like you may have people that may be gossiping or talking about you. You need to be careful about what kind of conversations you engage in as well, because there may be others around you that are gossiping about other people, and engaging in gossiping type of energy is something that can hold us back. It is definitely a lower vibrating energy. If I didn't already say 1414, make sure that you're looking that up. Some of you may notice that there's a connection with fairies that is deepening, whether they be actual earth fairies that exist here on this plane, or they are fairies that exist in other realities. Either way it goes, they may be working with you on decluttering your mind, decluttering your home, gardening, having something to do with flowers that you have within your home. They also could be trying to guide you to clean up around your house, around the environment in some way, shape, or form. They definitely like to work with people when it comes to do with things of the earth and helping things of that sort. Let's see what other messages Spirit has for us. Do I continue with these cards, yes or no? No? Which cards do I go to, please? Show me which cards did I go to, please. Okay. What other messages do you have, please, for Scorpio in love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Scorpio in love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Scorpio. So some of you are creating some sort of new beginning. This could be a new beginning in entrepreneurship. It could be a new beginning within a relationship. It could resonate with you in so many different ways. Either way, Scorpio, there is a new beginning where you're giving birth to some sort of creative idea, some sort of dynamic type of energy. Maybe this is, sharing yourself in some way, shape, or form with the world. But this is asking you to make sure that you are doing so. Sharing yourself at this time is going to provide some sort of blessings that come in your way. It could be like financial blessings or blessings of people being around you or a blessing of time, energy, money, change. It doesn't matter. There's definitely some things that are happening here though, and they're asking you to not be afraid to bring yourself or present yourself and bring yourself forward in some way, shape, or form. You're asked to trust what your heart is receiving as well as what your mind's eye may be receiving. If you're having some sort of premonitions of something that is to come or something that you should be doing at this time, make sure that you're doing that. Your intuition is spot on. Trusting in the process, having patience, faith, and trust is really going to take you far, especially right now, Scorpio, when you're in this energy of taking flight and, spreading your wings and flying and sharing something with the world. What other messages do you have for Scorpio, please? We do have embrace the future, which means exactly that. This is time for, stepping into your future with an open heart and an open mind, realizing that the golden opportunities, the opportunities that have been presented to you are things that are like golden opportunities. They are bringing in a lot of stability. They are rooting firm foundations within some sort of situation in your life. This is a message of, you have accepted the challenge. The challenge has lasted for a little while, and now it's time to move forward knowing that there's going to be grace. There's going to be some sort of ease that is presented to you, and brings it to the card on the bottom, emerging with grace, knowing that things are going to be a little bit easier for you. It's not going to seem as hard to receive or to get to the energies that you would like to. I feel like some of you may need some time to rest. If this resonates with you, make sure that you're resting when you feel the need to do so. Hi guys, how you doing, honey? Yes, absolutely. Hi beautiful, how are you? But yes, this is a time of really like going into this new energy with ease and grace. I do feel like some of you are going to receive a lot of blessings. These are blessings that are unknown to you. In the beginning of the reading, I was talking about having some sort of premonitions or, receiving intuitive thoughts or visions of things that are to come. And I feel like for many of you, which cards do I go to, please? For many of you, you are in this energy of really receiving, but it's receiving because you've done a lot of hard work. You've dedicated yourself to some sort of change, and these changes may have to do with you just listening to your premonitions and to your intuition and your discernment of spirit and things of that sort. When God says to move, you've moved, and mountains have been moved and miracles are happening. So what other messages do you have for Scorpio, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Scorpio. In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Scorpio. Give me two more shuffles for Scorpio. In love, romance, finance. Thank you. How many cards, please? I hope you guys are doing okay tonight. I am doing really good. I wanted to get on here earlier to do some readings, and then I was like, nah, better not. And then I realized it was 11:11, and then right when I realized it was 11:11, I looked at the clock, and it was 11:11. I was like, hell with it. I'm doing some cards tonight. Anyhow, how many cards? Thank you. Okay, so a lot of you are in this energy of mastering something, some sort of skill, some sort of talent, mastering something that is bringing you into a lot of stability type of energy. For a lot of you, this could have to do with some sort of like spiritual gift, some sort of spiritual talent. I feel like many of you are really like developing and opening or reawakening things that have to do with like clairsentience, clairaudience, claircognizance, telepathy, astral travel, lucid dreaming, just, and the list goes on and on. I feel like things that you have learned in the past has really helped you to get to where you are today, especially when it comes to connections. Connections and relationships, that has helped you to connect with spirit on a deeper level. It's almost like the trauma that you've had that has been caused by past things, whether it be love relationships or relationships with family, has helped you to learn about unconditional love, judgment, Christ consciousness, learning to heal yourself and others, and so on and so forth. And so now you're taking what you've learned, the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, and sharing it with other people, maybe through sharing your experience, strength, and hope, through being a healer, through being a clairvoyant. But there's something about magical type of things that you're using in some way, shape, or form at this time. This could be what it's referring to when it's talking about spread your wings and fly, letting this aspect of yourself be shown and shared to the world. We do have a message of purification, and I feel like a lot of you had started something at one time and got back to it. This is me, of course. It felt like the first time around that things didn't work out very well. Maybe you just didn't see the benefits of it at that time, and maybe years have passed you by, or weeks or months or what have you, and now all of a sudden you are like going full force into whatever this is. You're putting a lot of time and energy in mastering whatever this is that is showing back up for you. You're putting time and energy back into it, and I really feel like this time it's going to work out. It may have not worked out before because of timing. Maybe divine timing was at play. Maybe it just wasn't accepted yet because there was a lot of things that you needed to become good at and then great at, because we are bad before we're good before we're great, and great before we're a master at something. And so there was maybe processes that you had to go through so that you can get to this place of being accepted in the world or by the world. And this is exactly what this is referring to. For some of you, you've been going through a little bit of emotional healing, but I feel like what it's really saying is that you've really healed a lot of the past. You've healed a lot of things that have to do with the emotional body, and now you accept things for as they are. You love yourself. You see your self-worth, and having this love for self and seeing your self-worth and value is really helping you to move out into the world and share your gifts and talents with others. Yes, 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 they're saying. Which messages do I go to, please? Thank you. I am doing the messages for Scorpio right now. I will be doing Virgo, then Taurus, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I'm just going down the list, guys. What other messages do you have for Scorpio, please? In love, romance, finance. Thank you. A lot of Scorpios have been on their knees in deep prayer, knowing that prayer moves mountains. And I really feel like many of you are in this energy of realizing that by being in, by really asking and seeking God through your prayers and meditations, that prayers are being answered, mountains are moving, and things are becoming more stable. I do feel like most of you have felt quite the energy shift, especially within this week, or maybe even last week, or maybe you're going to feel it going into this week. Either way it goes, this energy has brought on a lot of like feeling of I've arrived, I've got this, I finally made it. 4422, where I am now is much better than where I was before. I want to keep going. So there's this energy of just like wanting to surrender all over again and figure out what your next steps are for this next cycle and keep moving in those directions. It's almost like, you don't want to stop evolving. You just want to keep going, and you're curious about what the next steps are going to bring you, what the next type of energy is going to bring when it comes to challenges and so on and so forth, because we all know that with new cycles comes new challenges. However, there's this peace about you because you know that you know, with new cycles comes, you know, the loss of a lot of things, but it also tells you that there's going to be a gaining of a lot of things too. There is a little bit of a breakthrough energy. Many of you have been having dreams about something that's getting ready to happen, and maybe you're already in this energy of it starting to happen. Either way it goes, dreams, premonitions, daydreams even have been giving you insight into some sort of change that is happening. This is going to be a time worth celebrating, is what I am getting for you, Scorpio. So some celebration times is needed or coming up for a lot of you. Yeah, for many of you, you're on this new quest. It's like new self-discovery. You know that have been able to evolve and ascend and awaken as much as you have now, and you're like, if I've gotten this far, then how much further can I get? So it's reawakening like all these questions inside of you. 4555 of, you know, what else can I awaken? How much further can I evolve? You know, how much deeper can I develop and master my gifts? You know, and so on and so forth. So you know, these are good questions to ask, especially knowing that you're going into a new cycle. There's always new ways of developing our spiritual gifts and attributes. There's always things that we can change to become even more aware and, you know, bring us into higher states of awareness, higher states of consciousness. You know, some of you may be confused about what your next steps are, maybe even confused about how to put in time into the next steps if you do know what they are. Either way it goes, a feeling of needing more guidance. So this is a time when, depending on our angels, asking our angels for help, asking them to guide and instruct our words, thoughts, and actions, and to let our words, thoughts, and actions be their words, thoughts, and actions. And that's exactly what happens. The confusion will start to clear up, and you'll start to know exactly what your next moves are. And this may be an energy that comes back and forth for you, Scorpios, because I feel like a lot of you are in these new timelines, new cycles, which again brings in endings, conclusions, new beginnings, new cycles. You know, so a lot of you are revisiting things that you had visited in past cycles. However, it's going to be easier. There's going to be a lot more grace to it. You're not going to have to go through as much complications or what have you. And the last card says, have an attitude of gratitude. You know, this is celebrating all of the little milestones that you've accomplished. This is celebrating, you know, your connection with spirit and oneness. This is celebrating arriving to where you wanted to be and being able to find new places to arrive to, you know, having new goals, having new things to aspire to be, or things to change, or whatever it may be. This is an energy of enlightenment for a lot of you. Let me get you guys some I am affirmations, and I will be moving on to Virgo. I am willingness. I am understanding and compassionate. I am brilliant. Okay, Scorpio, I hope that you got something out of your reading. Much love to you guys. Thank you for being here and being of support. I will be moving on to Virgo. This will be a collective reading for Virgo for 11/11. Just one second here. Guys, I will be going live tomorrow night at 8 o'clock to do some free body scans and healing. So if you're interested in that or interested to see what that means, then please come and join my live feed tomorrow at 8 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, for Virgo, 4913, 4914. Okay, Virgo, this message is going to be for you. Which cards do I go to for Virgo, please? Which cards do I go to for Virgo, please? Why am I not seeing any cards? Which cards do I go to for Virgo? Okay, thank you. I was seeing two different decks after I said that. So let's see what messages we have for Virgo. This is going to be in love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from... Am I supposed to take this? A need for retreating. Getting to a place of silence is what is needed right now, Virgo. Spirit may have something that it's directing you towards or directing you to. It may have information that needs to be shared with you at this time for some sort of change or transformation. A lot of times when we are given the opportunity to go into hermit mode, whether it be forced by God, the universe, yourself, whatever it may be, it is because we need to see something differently. We need to have a different perspective on a person, place, thing, situation in our life. Maybe even the need for changing some sort of habit. What I am seeing right now is that there is a lot of loyalty around you. This could be friends, family members, co-workers, people that are engaged in you, in your energy in some way, shape, or form. These are people that you can trust. People that you can go to for information when you need suggestions on how to do something or how to change something. These are people that you can go to and feel like they're going to give you the right answers without, sugarcoating it. They're going to give you exactly what you need, the raw truth, no matter what that is. A lot of you are in this energy of bliss. There is something that has definitely changed and transformed that has brought you into this energy of needing to celebrate. Something has happened to where you are feeling like you have arrived. This is a feeling of home, connection with home, feeling stable in the energy around home, maybe even stable in the energy with family and friends is what I'm feeling, because again, they're taking me back to this loyalty card, which makes me feel like people around you, situations around you are good for you. Yes, yes, yes. They're telling me to move on to the fairy deck. So let me see what they have to say. Again, this reading is for Virgo right now. Where's my fairy deck? I will be doing Taurus after Virgo. What other messages do you have for Virgo, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Virgo. What messages do you have for Virgo? Thank you. So getting connected outside is something that's going to be very important. One of the next things that you're getting ready to go through in your ascension journey and an awakening process is with connection with things that people seem to think are mythological, fairies, unicorns, dragons, things of that sort. And it's asking you to get connected with these energies through meditation, setting intentions before you meditate to get connected with your guardian dragon, or maybe to get connected with the fairies and to see what kind of things that you need to work on at this time when it has to do with the environment. Either way it goes, there's something that is definitely happening that is wanting you to connect with these type of energies. Maybe for some of you, you've already done so, and maybe it's just taking this connection with these energies to a deeper level. Maybe for some of you, you don't even know that these kind of things actually exist. Some of them exist in the physical realm. Some of these things exist in both the physical and the spiritual aspect of things, or the etherics. Some exist in other realms. Either way it goes, you're asked to connect with these, and you're more than capable of doing so through meditation. Okay, so there's an energy of having to ponder about something, contemplating, maybe looking at your life and really taking a good honest look at it and seeing what things in my life do I need to change at this time. What things are taking me further away from a calling, a life's purpose, a job, maybe a relationship. What things are taking me further away from growth, evolution, ascending in some way, shape, or form. And then you need to start making those changes necessary to make sure that you're going in the right direction instead of the wrong direction. And then you need to ask yourself, what things are helping me? What things are helping me to get to, achieving my goals, where I want to be, to this relationship or for this job, or, sharing of my skills in some way, shape, or form. What is it that is working for me right now? And then make sure that you're putting time and energy into those things that are working for you. I do feel like clarity and awareness is coming in some way, shape, or form. This could be through repeated music, lyrics that keep coming to you and giving you some sort of sign or message. The angels could be talking to you through repeated numbers, so pay attention to the numbers that you're seeing repeating. What things are you thinking about when they're repeating, and then make sure that you're looking them up on sacred scribes to see what kind of message that you're getting from your angels. But either way it goes, if there's been an area of your life, Virgo, where things just seem dark or gloomy, or you didn't have answers to a situation to get out of, or I said that ass backwards, but the answers of how to get out of a situation, or maybe, you just don't know what to do with your next step. This is the reason for going in silence. This is the reason for why meditation is so important right now. And they're saying yes, yes, yes. The next message is Ibel the Retriever, which is all about something coming back to you that you had lost at one time. This could be your voice. Maybe, things that people had said to you had shut you down from sharing your truth through your voice and an audible way through communication. There could be, for some of you, that you've lost people in your life that, needed to change and evolve and ascend into a higher vibration. And now these people are returning to you, whether it be family members, friends, or what have you. Maybe there is a lover that's coming back that, you had lost for whatever reason. Maybe it's a twin flame or a soulmate that, you had to part ways so that you can change and transform and get more in alignment. Either way it goes, I feel like many of you have gained the awareness of the old soul that you actually are. So through prayer, meditation, and setting intentions, you've deepened the connection with higher self, the highest self. For some of you, you've deepened the connection with the inner child, and learning to not to take things so serious, learning to play, be joking and have some sort of laughter about things. And when things seem to be really down and out, or feel like they're all over the place, when you have that push and pull energy that you just don't know exactly which direction you want to go, then this is the energy that you need to tap into. This is the energy that's going to help you to find the answers. Some of you are connecting with the Akashic records through meditation as well. But, meditation is really bringing a lot of you Virgos into deeper connection with oneness as well. I am being told the bottom, which is fairies of the future, which is talking about things that we have learned, things that we have gathered through experiences that we've had that are helping us to get to the next level, that are helping us to rise in vibration, to ascend and evolve in some way, shape, or form, or in many ways, shapes, and forms. I do feel like a lot of these energies that are around you right now are the energies that are giving you answers to the things that you seek. For many of you, you're connected with the energy of oneness, the energy of a lot of your guides or even higher self that are showing you things that you need to see to move forward. Again, we have energy of bliss and celebration, which tells me that the energy of all of these lessons that you've learned, the knowledge and wisdom and understanding and clarity that you've gained from these, is bringing you into a brighter future, one that feels stable, which is something to celebrate. Okay, it takes a while to get to a stable energy, so celebrate things when they need to be celebrated. Yes, 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 they say. Which cards do I go to? Instantly I was seeing these. What other messages do you have for Virgo, please? And love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Virgo. Guys, I am working on Virgo's reading right now. I have already done the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. I am almost done with Virgo, and we'll be moving into Taurus, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I am not doing any free or paid readings today. I am just doing the 11/11 Zodiac sign readings, so please be patient with me. I will be going live tomorrow to do some healing, some body scans and free healing. So if you're interested in that, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is what time I'll be doing that. So please feel free to come and be a part of. You do have the Four of Pentacles, Virgo, which tells me that there is going to be some sort of improvements surrounding your money. However, these improvements are happening because you've put time and energy into something, some sort of change that has to do with your money situations. For many of you, it's you found solutions, you found some sort of clarity or awareness that or a change in perspective even is what I'm getting by going into this silence, whether it is a forced silence or something that you put yourself into like a hermit mode or what have you. This has been very beneficial for all of you Virgos. Many of you are in this energy of remembering good memories from your past. This is memories of your childhood, good memories of happy home, happy family. This is something that many of you Virgos are striving to have at this time. If you don't have this now, this is something that is definitely switching and changing and transforming. If you've been feeling like you was restricted in some way, shape, or form, then patience is what is needed. Trusting in the process is exactly what we need here. However, there is going to be some changes that happen again with money. Your Four of Pentacles is shifting and changing. However, there is going to be some sort of test. This could be in the amount that you're spending, where you're spending your money at, or whatever it may be. I am not Canadian, no, honey. I am an Ohioan. I live in Ohio. But anyhow, some shifts and changes that are happening that are coming in for your money. But again, I feel like there's going to be a lot of lessons that you've been learning that have to do with money, whether it be like receiving money, giving money to others. Maybe it's, something that has to do with programming, because maybe you was raised to not have very much money, or you had a lot of money and you're learning how to be humble when it comes to the amount of money that you have. Either way it goes, there's some sort of lessons that are being learned when it has to do with the connection of money or connection with money. I'm going to get a couple more cards for you guys, and then I'm going to move on to Taurus. I have Taurus, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius left to do. What other messages do you have for Virgo, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Virgo. In love, romance, finance, ascension messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Virgo. Thank you. So your path is definitely going to be lit for you. You're going to see exactly which directions you need to go. When you get the moon, it is a good omen card, a good luck card, which means that things are going to be happening that seem like they're pretty lucky. But the things that are happening for you are happening because you've worked really hard and visualizing, acting as if, speaking as if, really manifesting things into your reality by being positive. 5-5 is a number of positive change and transformation. You may get another message from that, so you might want to look that up on Sacred Scribes, or 525 even. Either way it goes, this is definitely a good omen or predicts some sort of good fortune for you. For some of you, though, this could be some sort of secrets being exposed. This could be secrets of other people's. It could be your own secrets. So just be careful with what you're sharing with others at this time. The Book of Discovery came up, which tells me that this is a time of discovering some new things about yourself that maybe you didn't yet know. Or maybe if you did know it, maybe there's something that you're mastering that is going to help you to rediscover even more about yourself. Either way it goes, the Book of Discovery. I am brilliant. I am focused and persistent. I will never quit. And I am courageous. Okay, Virgo, I hope that you got something out of your reading. Much love to you guys. Thank you for being here and being of support. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Please feel free to come back and join us tomorrow for free body scans and healing that I will be doing at 8 Eastern Standard Time. If you guys are interested in seeing what that is all about, please come and join. Okay, this next message is for Taurus. Taurus at 103. 103:23. Okay, Taurus, this message is going to be for you. Which cards do I go to for Taurus, please? Which card? Thank you. Okay, Taurus, this message is going to be for you for the 1111 portal. Any messages that you need to know at this time are going to come through. These are going to be messages for Taurus. What messages do you have for Taurus, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Ooh, am I supposed to take all of these? Just the top. Okay. So there's some sort of practical energy that you need to put into your goals and dreams at this time. Maybe sitting down and writing out a list of things that you want to do and how you want to do them. Maybe even sitting down and writing out a list of ways that you've been able to accomplish goals before, just practical ways that you've been able to do so. It is time to put some things in order and in place. Maybe some of you need to declutter your house, your home, your car, your mind, and get things really cleared out for new energy to come in. Yes, 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 they're saying. There is an energy of needing to adjust when adjustments need to be made. These are changes that need to be made as you're starting to put things in order. You notice that something maybe hasn't been finished, or something needs to be worked on a little bit more, or maybe you need more time and energy in this project instead of this project. So adjustments are needed. Being adaptable as well is what it's referring to here. What cards do I go to, please? Thank you. Again, this message is for Taurus. What messages do you have for Taurus in love, romance, finance? Thank you. So be careful with what you're saying and what you're doing around other people right now. You may have people that are really watching you. This could be somebody at work that's watching you for a promotion. So maybe just be on your best behavior. Make sure that you're showing your best skills at work or what have you. This could be others around you that are watching you for reasons that are unknown. It could be things like somebody may have an obsession with you, or maybe stalking you, or something of that sort. So just be real cautious of the people that you're engaging in with your energy. Be real cautious of the signs that Spirit has shown you. If somebody is following you or stalking you in some way, shape, or form, that you're paying attention to what Spirit is showing you so that you can take the appropriate measures, whether it be calling 911 or, whatever. It doesn't matter. But there's definitely a caution to just really pay attention to your surroundings and what people may be saying to you. I am going to take this card just because it ended up in a pile that it wasn't meant to be in, which is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is referring to a fluctuation in your money, lessons that are being learned around money matters, or maybe even career. This is definitely some money changes that are coming your way, and these are money improvements that are coming in your direction. So that's a really good energy to be in. I am feeling like a lot of you are smiling about some sort of promotion or something that is shifting and changing that has to do with your career path. We do have Ibel the Retriever, which is referring to something coming back to you. But I really feel like this is an energy that you had started at one time that maybe you didn't put enough time and energy into, or maybe the time and energy that you put into it wasn't productive, or maybe it just wasn't the right time. Divine timing was at play, or maybe it wasn't accepted by other people, places, and things, or it just wasn't the right situation for that time. Whatever it may be, this is shifting and changing, and now there's some sort of new energy that's coming back around. It may be something that you started before that you're getting back to, but it also may be some sort of like dormant energy, learning some sort of like spiritual skill that has been in the process of developing, or was dormant at one time and is now reawakening. So it could be any of spiritual gifts or attributes or skills or what have you. The fairy godmother is telling you that some sort of promise is being kept. This may be a promise from a family member, a friend, a co-worker, a job, or a place of employment saying, we promise that if you do this, this, and that, or produce this, then the job is yours. Either way it goes, make sure that you're doing what you've been promising to do so that you can reap the rewards, and see that you're being blessed because of. Blue is really showing itself in these messages, so communication could be something that is a pretty big deal at this time, which takes me to this card. Arvel Perot is actually a message of losing your voice and trying to find your voice in some sort of situation. So, one way of finding our voice is learning to stand up for ourselves, whether or not we fear disapproval or judgment from others. Speaking our truth without worry about that, coming from others. There is a message of, for some of you, going through a throat chakra clearing. So you may feel like your voice is very, very hoarse at 1 minute and you can't speak very well. And then all of a sudden, it's really energized and the right words come out. One of the things that's being said is, when you wake up every morning, ask that Spirit guide your words, thoughts, and actions, and let them be their words, thoughts, and actions. And, when the words are getting ready to come out of your mouth, if it's something that you're supposed to say, the words will be guided. It'll be something of divine guidance. If it's something that you're not supposed to say, your words are going to be cut from you. When you pray that prayer, 666, guys, look that up on Sacred Scribes, then it definitely invites the angels to intervene in the things that you're going to say and do. So make sure that you're doing that. Am I supposed to continue with these cards? Yes or no? Okay. What other messages do you have, please, for Taurus? You find out who your friends are. And I'm not a very good singer, but that is what I just heard. It is a country song, I believe, maybe Garth Brooks, I don't know, but this is a time of finding out who your friends are, your true, authentic friends. Those are your loyal friends who, have your back and support no matter what you do or what you're going through. This is a time of ridding of friendships that may no longer be in vibration with you. So these could be friends that, just are drama filled, full of gossip and hate or, dislike or maybe judgment or whatever it may be. And you just know that right now is not the time for you to be in their energy. Maybe you can pray for their awakening, pray that, they leave for a while and when they come back, they're a changed version of themselves, somebody who is more highly evolved and at your frequency. You have done the work. Now it's time for those other people around you, whether it be friends or family members, do the work and awaken as well. You do have ecstasis on the bottom, which is all about exotic type of energy, ecstasy type of energy, that energy where things just feel very magical and very much like they were just put into place right on time, in time, in a magical, perfect type of way. And I'm hearing yes, yes, yes. Which cards do I go to? Thank you. Again, this message is for Taurus, guys. I will be moving on to Capricorn in just a few moments. What messages do you have for Taurus, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please. 111, guys. Look that up on Sacred Scribes. What messages do you have for Taurus? So you have the arts, which is all about expressing yourself in some sort of creative activity, whether it be sharing some sort of artistic skill or, maybe rhythm, movement, sharing an instrument, playing an instrument, whatever it may be. Maybe you're a painter or a writer and, it's time for you to share your skills in some way, shape, or form with other people. This is in ways that would inspire and enlighten others. What other messages do you have for Taurus, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Thank you. Some of you really need to get connected with your ancestors, the inner wisdom that has been given to you through connection with your higher self, with your ancestors, with the Akashic records. There's this message of, knowing what you need to do, but you find out through prayer, meditation, and intention. Trusting in your inner wisdom, taking the appropriate steps necessary is exactly what this is referring to. For many of you, you could be going through some sort of heart awakening as well as clearing to the heart or, an opening where it's about being open-minded to the things that are coming to you in the energies of love, whether it be like a connection with a friend, a romantic partner, maybe the energy of somebody sharing something with you or giving you some sort of gift, but the energy and love in all its ways coming to you. This is a message of trusting in your intuition, trusting your discernment of spirit, trusting in those internal knowings that you just keep getting, that you don't know how, that you know that you know that you know, but you know that you know that you're supposed to be doing something or not doing something. This is that energy that it's referring to. What other messages do you have for Taurus, please? Thank you. You do have sensitivity, which tells me that this is a time where you're going to become even more sensitive to relationships, harsh energies, judgment, disapproval, things that you put into or onto your body, energies that you hang around with, situations that you allow yourself to be put in, or what have you. This is a message asking you to make sure that if something is making you feel sensitive in some way, shape, or form, whether it be food that you put into your body and it gives you some sort of sick feeling before you even start to eat it, that's your body trying to tell you not to put that into your body. Or, if you put something on your body like a lotion and you break out, your body is telling you that is not made for you, even if it's something you use for years and then all of a sudden you're breaking out. You're becoming more sensitive, you're awakening more, you're losing more dense energies, and as you lose these dense energies, you're becoming more susceptible to the energies that are around you or that are being put into or onto you. So make sure that you're really listening to your body, listen to your intuition, your discernment of spirit right now. I am being told the bottom, which is talking about not taking no for an answer, not quitting yet, not backing down when things get rough. You know, when things start to feel like they're challenging you, just remember that you still have things to put in order. You still have some things that you need to see a little bit differently. You know, you need to use your voice to set boundaries with others and stand up for yourself, and, you know, stand up for what you believe in, as well as what this card is referring to. Again, a lot of blue and green, so throat chakra, heart chakra, things of that sort. Which cards do I go to? Which cards do I go to, please? Thank you. What other messages do you have for Taurus, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension. Thank you. Abundance. So many of you are right on the verge of receiving some sort of financial security, financial independence. For a lot of you, though, this abundance isn't referring to finances at all. It's referring to time, energy, and like, you know, the things that come with having free or a large amount of time and energy to do things. So happiness, joy, stability type of energy, or what have you. This is a completion phase. So you finish one cycle and moving into another cycle. You finish one timeline and going into another timeline. For some of you, you've learned how to quantum jump or timeline jump, and now you're starting to rapidly see a lot of changes that are happening. For some of you, you may be grieving the old aspect of yourself, grieving things that you're leaving behind, whether it be people, places, things, situations, jobs, you know, what have you. This is a time of acceptance. This is a time of accepting yourself where you are, accepting the process in which you are in at this time. This is also a time of setting some sort of firm foundations, putting some sort of roots into something that produces a lot of happiness, a lot of abundance, and a lot of feeling of, I've arrived, I've got there, this is home. Okay, so don't accept the trickery that the devil, the lower vibrating, the lowest self type of energy is presenting to you at this time. The ego is going to try to distract you from going in the ways that are really good for you, that are beneficial, through giving you some sort of fear, doubt, or insecurity. Push through those things. The faster you push through them, the quicker you're going to receive that in which you're meant to receive in the first place. Okay, let me get some I am affirmations for Taurus, and then I am going to be moving on to Capricorn. Give me I am affirmations for Taurus, please. I am unstoppable. I am committed to excellence. I am unconditional love. I choose to see the world through God's eyes and not my own. I am abundance. I claim success in all that I do. Okay, Taurus, I hope that you got something out of this reading. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Thank you for being here and being of support. Much love to you. I am moving on to Capricorn in just a moment, guys. Give me just a moment to get my stuff together here. Okay, Capricorn, I'm seeing the color yellow, which could be a representation of the solar plexus. 11812. 11812. It could be representing the sun and needing to connect with the sun through like sun gazing for some sort of healing codes or upgrades to your DNA or what have you. Which cards do I go to for Capricorn, please? Which cards do I go to for Capricorn, please? Thank you. Okay, Capricorn, this is going to be for you. What messages do you have for Capricorn, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Capricorn. In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Capricorn. Guys, if you're just now coming onto the live feed, I am doing collective readings for all of the zodiac signs. I am currently just starting Capricorn, so I've already done all the water signs. I am working on Capricorn, then I'll be doing Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius will be my last reading tonight. If you guys are interested in free body scans and free healing tomorrow night, I will be doing so. So make sure that you're tuning in at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for that, putting your name in the list for free body scan and healing. Okay, so Capricorn, right away you have 2727. Instantly, the number that I'm seeing is the number 7 that's standing out, which is a number of spiritual awakenings. This is a number of intuition, insight, clarity, awareness, and things of that sort. What I am seeing is that a lot of you have some sort of message that is coming to you. This is a message that is being given to you from your angels. Many of you, this is through repeated music lyrics, through repeated numbers, through seeing some sort of color over and over and over again. Maybe some of you just have repeated thoughts that you keep having in your mind, and this is, the way that these angels are getting to you. But really pay attention, especially to music right now. What is the music lyric saying to you? Look the music lyrics up on YouTube, see what they're saying, and see what kind of extra message it has for you. There also may be messages that is coming from your animal spirit guides right now. So pay attention to what kind of animals you keep seeing repeating when you're going out in nature, or what animals are you seeing on billboards or commercials, or just thinking or having daydreams or dreams about. These are messages that they're trying to give you at this time. What other messages? Thank you. Capricorn, there is a connection with Christ Consciousness right now. So this is the energy of learning how to heal yourself and others, learning how to be non-judgmental toward yourself and others. It is energy of compassion, dedication. It is an energy of higher states of awareness, higher states of consciousness. It is an energy that connects you with oneness and, that God spark, the I am presence, the source God aspect that is in everybody. It is the energy of questioning everything that you have ever learned and relearning things all over again. So this is really a time of a pretty big spiritual awakening where you're questioning everything about the world, how things work, maybe about religions and traditions, and maybe even about supernatural or spiritual type of experiences. Maybe you're questioning things that have to do with our government or what have you, but really the question is about Christ consciousness and how to reach states of enlightenment. And this is the message that is coming out for you, Capricorn. A lot of you are going through quite a big awakening. The number 6 is standing out, which is a number of connections. It's also a number of relationships. So there could be relationships that are healing at this time, but I really feel like the main relationship that is healing is a relationship with self. If it's something that is not healing currently, it may be something that is getting ready to start being healed, or maybe you've been in a long process of healing the self. Learning to love thyself, see your worth and value, maybe learning to see changes that need to take place so that you can be more highly evolved, or, ascend to higher states of awareness, higher states of consciousness. You've been working on things that have to do with, spiritual gifts, spiritual attributes that you've been awakening and developing. You've been learning how to heal and reawaken dormant DNA, and just a lot of different things like that are happening for you. This is a pretty magical time for you, a pretty supernatural, magical time where there's a lot of things that are happening that are just beyond what you can believe or understand, and there's really no physical human words that you can put with these things that are happening to you, especially the experiences that you're having with the etherics or the supernatural. You do have the number 1 standing out right now, which is a number of new cycles, new beginnings, staying positive, having faith, patience, and trust in something that you may not know how it's going to work out. The number 9 is definitely standing out, which is talking about being of service to other people, which means that, you're being of service to other people without expecting anything in return. This is giving to others of your time, love, energy, or what have you. We do have the elk showing up in this, which is always a reminder for me that getting out and connecting with nature right now is going to be very beneficial, especially since, most of you Capricorns that are watching this are going through quite an awakening where you're starting to experience things in the etherics or things that you're engaging with from other realities. One of the things that is happening is you're receiving gifts from different beings that are in other realities. You may start to see like animals giving you wreaths. And this is an indicator that, oneness is really close, or connection with telepathy with animals is about to happen. I mean, there's so many different indicators of why they would give you gifts in the spiritual aspect of things. It's not a physical gift. This is something that you may see with your sight here, or with your mind's eye, or what have you. It may even be something that you actually see as a holographic image out in front of you, or some sort of projection in a dream or something like that. Either way it goes, you're receiving gifts from things in the etherics. These are beings from other realities, other dimensions, maybe angels, guides, what have you. A feeling of just feeling very much in awe, like feeling, just this surprise, like, how is this happening? Is this even possible? The things that I'm experiencing, just are blowing me away. Like, what the hell type of experience. And so, a lot of you, again, are just really questioning a lot about life, a lot about what you've learned growing up, what you've been taught, and really questioning, is it truth or is it false? And, a lot of you are even getting the answers as to what is true and what is false, and maybe even learning, to accept things as they are, and, what have you. But I feel like some of you may be grieving, even like some of the other readings before this, the process of leaving some of the old aspects behind. When you learn that something was actually false instead of true, or maybe you're learning that your truth can be true, but your truth can also change into a different truth. And so some of you are in that energy as well. But let's see what other messages they have for you, Capricorn, in love, romance, finance. Thank you. Okay, learning to play is really standing out right now. Not taking things so seriously as you're questioning all these different things about the world and about religions and about things that you've learned. They're wanting you to be very playful, not take things so serious. When you learn that some things that you may have learned about churches, or maybe you learn falsities and things about the Bible that were true and false, and it's really putting you in this weird funk. Learning to accept that the people that taught you these things were taught wrong as well, and so judgment, or having some sort of energy of hate or dislike towards them, or resentment even, is something that this is cautioning you about. Learn to accept things as they are, not take it so serious. Be even playful about it, joke about it, or what have you, but make light of the situation in some way, shape, or form. 1212 is standing out. 1, 2, 3, 7, and 6. So these are all numbers that you guys may want to look up, but don't have to. 6 is coming out again, which is a number of, again, relationships, connections with others. But I really feel like this is connection with that Christ consciousness, connection with beings that are going to help you to understand Christ consciousness, how to get deeper into it. All about enlightenment, about Kundalini, your life force energy, about the Holy Spirit. All of these different aspects of spiritual things are about to be revealed to you. And I just keep hearing more will be revealed. More will be revealed. So there's definitely going to be more revealed to you. Yes, which brings in the Akashic Records. This is an internal knowing. The ability to connect with the knowingness of everything. For some of you, this is just a deep connection with Source God, to where you have all the answers at all times. You know what your next moves are at all times. For some of you that haven't got there yet, prayer and meditation and setting intentions on to connect with the Akashic Records, or connecting with Source God in a deep way, is exactly what you need to do. Set those intentions, prayer, and then get into meditation. If you're not somebody that is good at meditating, and you feel like you have racing thoughts all the time and you just don't want to meditate, do it anyway. Those racing thoughts eventually go away. It may take day after day after day before you finally get to a state of silence and start reaping the rewards of the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, the clarity, all of that comes along with this. So this is a very good card to have. A lot of you are very connected with your intuition, discernment of spirit, maybe even telepathy, but connection with the inner voice is definitely happening. We do have the number 10, which is a number of new beginnings, new cycles, endings and conclusions, quantum jumping, quantum leaping, for a lot of you is happening, and the number 2626 is something that you need to look up. Either way it goes, you guys are definitely in this energy of receiving answers and understanding new truths, or finding out, things that were false all along, what have you. On the bottom, we do have 1111, which is a indicator of a pretty big spiritual awakening, where a lot of different things are happening to you, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. Some of you are starting to awaken to hear the voice of spirit calling out your name. This is with an audible voice. Some of you may even be connecting with the internal voice of the Holy Spirit, which sounds a lot like yourself. So one of the things that you need to do is ask yourself first, when you're thinking about something, is this me, my human self, thinking this? The answer is probably going to be no. If the answer is no, then ask yourself, is this of love, of guidance, of inspiration? If the answer is yes, then you go in that direction of putting action or time and energy into whatever that was that you was thinking about. If the answer is no, if it's of fear, doubt, insecurity, then push it on by. It has no power or authority over you. Tell it it has no power or authority over you. The ego will distract us. Lower vibrating energies will distract us. The lower self will distract us and try to take us in the opposite direction because of fear. So really pushing through these fears at this time is definitely what is needed. Guidance is coming through animal spirit guides, through angels, through your guidance team, through voices, through some of you connecting with tones and frequencies. Maybe you're starting to pick up on and hear and listen to the frequencies that you're starting to engage in. Maybe having some sort of telepathic communication that's telling you who you're receiving the tones from, why you're starting to have the ringing in your ears, or so on and so forth. Let's move on and see what other messages they have for you today. Which messages do I go to, please? Which cards? Thank you. Let me shuffle these. They just don't feel very good. What other messages do you have for Capricorn, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Capricorn. In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please. Guys, if you didn't already hear me, I am going live tomorrow at 8 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be doing some body scans, free body scans, and free healing. So if you're interested in that, please look for that. Right now, I'm just doing Zodiac readings for the 1111 portal. I will be moving on from Capricorn here in a minute to Gemini, and then I have Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius left to do. Thank you guys for being here and being supportive. It's very much appreciated. Okay. So, Archangel Shamel is helping you with your soulmate, a twin flame, a counterpart, some sort of spiritual love connection, or, spiritual love connection. This is a connection with somebody who is probably evolving and ascending just as fast, as rapidly as you are. If not, there's somebody who is in the current energy of trying to evolve so that they can be in the same frequency that you are. You do have the energy of Gabriel working with you right now. This says Archangel Metatron, but I'm really feeling Gabriel coming through and working with confidence, courage, community, communication, things of that sort. All of the C's. In general, courage. And it's like some of you need to face some sort of fear factor. When you're connecting with all these supernatural experiences with Christ Consciousness, you're going to have a lot of experiences with a lot of different beings. And when you have these experiences, you have to get past the fear factor. When they come up beside you and all of a sudden you turn around and you see something and then it's not there, the fear factor comes up. Push through that. I don't know who you was, but I know you're not of a lower vibrating energy. Why? Because you're in a higher vibrating energy. So you know that they're not in a lower vibrating energy, then you can engage in them. So tell them, I don't know who you are, but come back. I have to get past this fear. I want to engage with you, whatever it may be. But anyhow, chakra clearing needs to happen for the majority of you, but not for all of you. This is an energy of maybe some chakras need cleared and some don't even. I'm feeling for a lot of you, the root chakra, sacral chakra, and the solar plexus are things that need to be cleared. This has a lot to do with setting some firm foundation, stability, courage, bravery, confidence, communication, creativity, For some of you, even changes in your self-esteem, but for most of you, that's not going to resonate with you. But anyhow, I was told to read the bottom, which is spiritual understanding, which is talking about exactly what it's referring to. This is a time when you start to have more information or more understanding of the esoterics. Maybe you're starting to see more symbols, more signs, more synchronistic things that are starting to happen in your life. You're starting to receive and understand more spiritual truths, as well as more falsities about things that have been leading you in the wrong direction. So, really use your discernment of spirit at this time to understand what is true and what's false, and get some sort of clear understanding. So you have crystal clear intentions, which is referring to setting some sort of crystal clear intentions on something that you're trying to achieve, something that you desire. Set intentions on focusing. 9-9, guys, that's about being of service to others, philanthropy. Anyhow, this is having some sort of intention, crystal clear intention on where you want to go, how you want to get there. And for many of you, connection with the angels is what's going to bring you the answers. I do feel like from the very first message, angels are giving you messages in some way, shape, or form, through music, especially through repeated lyrics, also through repeated numbers. Anyhow, this is a message of having faith, having trust in the process, doing whatever it takes to get there. I am going to read the bottom. It is life review, which is asking you to, review your life right now and ask yourself which things are taking you further away from divine life purpose, a calling, things that you're wanting, that you dream and desire, a job, whatever it is, a love life that you're wishing for. What is taking you further away from it, and what is taking you closer to it? Put time and energy into those things that are taking you closer to it. Take your time away from the things that are taking you further away from it. Let's see what kind of affirmations Spirit has for Capricorn. Then I'm going to move on to Gemini. I am beautiful. I am courageous, which has been coming out quite a bit in this reading. So make sure that you're doing things that are going to make you courageous. I am enough. Who you are is enough. All right, Capricorn. I hope that you got something out of your reading. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. I hope that you guys have a wonderful evening. Hope to see you guys tomorrow when I'm doing body scans and free healing. Much love to you guys. If you haven't yet subscribed, guys, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so that you'll be notified when I go live, when I make any videos, or what have you. Thank you to all who has done that already. Very much appreciated. Okay, guys, moving on to Gemini. 137. 27. Okay, Gemini, this is going to be for you. Which cards do I go to for Gemini, please? Thank you. Singing could be something that you need to do to bring your energy up, because all of a sudden when I first started to shuffle your cards, I was feeling like humming, and I don't normally do that in front of people, but it was feeling like it was something that I needed to do. So you may need to sing and bring some sort of music into your life right now, maybe even tones and different music sounds. For whatever reason, I'm hearing yes, yes, yes. So we do have a little bit of push and pull type of energy. The number 2 keeps standing out to me, which it's not even on any of these cards, but it's standing out to me, which makes me feel like there is a dualistic type of energy of give and take, push and pull. A little bit of resistance could be in your energy right now. However, not all of you are going to resonate with this. This is a time of some way, shape, or form showing yourself to the world, giving of your time and energy, and like ways of volunteering, giving of your energy without expecting anything in return, but being of like giving of your time and energy generously. Okay. For some of you, this is going to bring in a lot of restless type of energy. You're being asked to make sure that you rest when rest is needed. If you need to recuperate, that you're taking the time to do so. I don't know why I'm showing the card way over here, but if you need to recuperate, that you're taking the time to do so. For some of you, this energy is making you lose a little bit of excitement because there is so much of a push and pull. But what Spirit is asking you to do is retrain your thoughts to think more positively about the things that you're going through. When you're in this energy of being pulled all over the place, it is time to learn how to set boundaries with others. There's going to be times when you need to learn to say no and stand up for yourself, or there's going to be times when you need help from other people and you need to, ask for that help. But either way it goes, this energy is kind of like push and pulling you all over the place. So it's making you feel a little bit restless, a little bit tired, a little bit like, you just want to give up and not move on. Now, not all of you are feeling that way. A lot of you are feeling the total opposite, where you feel like this energy that you're moving into is leaving behind that type of energy that I was just talking about and bringing you more into this peaceful type of energy, where even though you have a little bit of tiredness and restlessness because you're doing a lot for others, this is the energy that you're being pushed to push time and energy into, meaning you're being pushed to do things for others because there's some way of showing yourself and bringing yourself out into the public by sharing yourself with others. Being vulnerable is exactly what I'm hearing. This is an exciting time for you because by being vulnerable that miracles happen, mountains move, maybe some sort of status is gained. For some of you, this is like a social media type of status, or a status when it comes to having some sort of following of some sort. Doesn't have to be, but it could be. What other messages do you have for Gemini, please? So this is a time to take an honest look at your life and really be honest about what things you could be doing differently, what areas you could be putting time, energy, and action into, what areas do you need to change and, take out of your life. Is there habits that you need to quit? Is there people, places, things, and situations that are no longer resonating with you that you need to leave behind at this time? What is it that you need to change, what needs to be looked at right now? So really, this is like a life appraisal, taking appraisal of your life and seeing, what kind of goals do I still need to have? What kind of things do I still not have that I need to acquire? What kind of things do I need to develop and master? Is there something that I need to start that I had started before that I didn't finish? Either way it goes, make sure that you're taking that honest look at your life and then making the changes necessary. We do have Singer of Connection, which is talking about connection with Spirit. This is, hearing the voice of Spirit, maybe getting some sort of intuitive insight from Spirit through visions, through repeated words or lyrics, through numbers. It could be 111, guys. I was told to tell you, or 11:1, but this could just be that Spirit is connecting you with you through nature. When you go out in nature and hearing the sounds of the birds or water moving or what have you, it brings on some sort of like peaceful type of energy about you. Maybe the connection with oneness is something that you're learning about right now, or like new levels of oneness, because just when we feel like there isn't any way of going much deeper with oneness, then all of a sudden something comes and shows us, we're wrong. We can definitely get a lot more connected than what we thought we could, and here is the way. So there's some sort of understandings that are helping you to see how to get connected deeper, and you need to start making sure that you're like having those things as a part of your daily life. Yes, they're saying. The bottom is Himself, which is talking about magical happenings that are happening to you. This could be things that are happening because of the changes that you are incorporating into your life. I do feel like many of you are in the process of losing a lot of dense energies of people, places, things, and situations that have been holding you back or keeping you stagnant or stuck in some sort of energy. This energy is helping you to feel more like fluid, like energy, like things are starting to flow. So be in the flow, be in the now moment. Allow yourself to just ride the waves as they come, because again, you are in this push and pull type of energy or dualistic energy where, 1 minute it might be really, really good. The next minute it might be really, really bad, but learning to find things to be grateful for in both of those situations. Which cards do I go to, please? Which cards do I go to, please? Thank you. What other messages do you have for Gemini in love, romance, finance, ascension messages? Thank you. Am I supposed to take both of these? All three of them? So there's a time of inventing yourself or starting something that is going to be very new and very risky. I feel like many of you, this is some sort of creative type of adventure where, you know, you're going to take the risk, but you don't know exactly how it's going to pan out. You may have some sort of fear that, you know, if you take this risk, it's going to make you lose it all. Or if you take this risk, you know, it could end up just being really, really bad or what have you. But what Spirit is saying is take the risk. The Holy Spirit has been giving you some sort of indicator that things will turn out all right, whether it be through like a premonition or just some sort of confirmation through other people, places, and things that you keep receiving over and over and over again. And so you just know that you know that you know that you're supposed to be putting time and energy into this said thing. Family and friends are definitely coming in and going to be supportive. If you didn't feel like you had support in the beginning of this reading, definitely towards the end of the reading, family and friends are coming together to support you. I feel like some of them are supporting you in things that you don't know or don't have tangible evidence of it being successful, but yet they're still trusting and believing in you and your skills and your abilities, and they're coming in to support you. You do have this message of despair or this message of, you know, lack of faith, even feeling like you're losing it all. But remember, you have to lose it all to gain it all. So for some of you, there's this energy of you're giving it all up to be able to get what you need, or to get to where you want to be. You do have a lot of guidance that is around you that is helping you to acquire these things. When it feels like you're at your darkest, make sure that you're calling on them for help and guidance, because, you know, angels can't intervene in your free will. Am I supposed to take these? Yes or no? Angels can't intervene in your free will choices, so make sure that you're asking them to help you in whatever situation it is. Again, a feeling of loss, you know, having to lose it all to gain it all or something, maybe for a lot of you Geminis right now. However, it's not going to resonate with everybody, but there is this feeling of grieving over the past, grieving over things that you're letting go of. Maybe it's friends, family members, people that are just no longer in resignation with you. Some of this things have to do with grieving over the type of music that you used to listen to. Some of you are being guided to listen to new music, learning that some things can program us or some things have been brainwashing us in some way, shape, or form. Maybe this is, you know, no longer watching the news or following politics or what have you, but there's something about losing aspects of yourself that maybe you thought were a certain way or would turn out to be a certain way, and now they're not. And, you know, the guides that are with you are helping you to heal these aspects of yourself. You do have a energy that is shifting and changing that is taking you more into a leadership role. You're learning to that one of your purposes or a calling that you have is to be a teacher of things that you have learned through your spiritual journey, through your spiritual awakening. These are things that you're sharing through your experience, strength, and hope of how you got through things, how you acquired things, you know, how you got to the next level, so to speak, or what have you. You are being guided through this leadership role, this calling, this divine life purpose with divine guidance. This is the Holy Spirit, your Kundalini energy, the connection with the Akashic records or what have you. You are learning to master certain aspects of yourself so that you can be the teacher that you're meant to be. For some of you, maybe even a preacher. Either way it goes, you're meant to be a preacher. This is one of your a teacher. This is one of your life's purpose. And, you know, having the words, the confidence and courage and the know-how is something that you already have. It's just about putting yourself out there and allowing yourself to be vulnerable. Again, you have 3 Holy Spirits that are working with you right now, which means that you really have a lot of guidance from the highest aspect of yourself, the Holy Spirit, that connection of God that is a know-all, is-all, be-all type of energy. This energy is giving you a lot of grace and courage at this time to make the changes necessary and to move forward with this purpose. Some of you may feel like you're restricted in some way, shape, or form, but this energy is starting to move. Let's get some affirmations for Gemini, and then I am going to be moving on to Libra very soon. I am powerful. I have the power to create positive change. I am beautiful, brilliant, bold. And I keep seeing a certain card popping out. So I'm going to get these cards before I end this Gemini reading and see what they have to say. I am charming and delightful. So give me just a second here. I guess I wasn't done with Gemini. I'm being taken back to these cards that I started out with. What other messages do you have for Gemini, please? Thank you. Okay, so balance and harmony is coming. This is an energy of the sun, you know, bringing in brighter days ahead. You do have the number 7, which is talking about spiritual awakenings, and these are pretty deep, intense type of spiritual awakenings. And I really think it's a time of really needing to rest when rest is needed. You know, you're probably going through some spiritual ascension symptoms, which could be like little headaches, nausea, pooping and peeing a lot, purging in some way, shape, or form through like energetic throw-ups, the pooping and peeing, like I was saying, tears being shed. This could just be that you are having vibrations, pitter-patter, swirling sensations, pain in the third eye or crown chakra as they're opening and awakening. Energy of your kundalini, your life force, the Holy Spirit starting to move and be activated through your body, which has given you some sort of energetic experiences that maybe you've never had before. Either way it goes, there is definitely balance and harmony that's coming in. You do have the authority on the bottom, which is an indicator of highest self, highest source, source God, you know, that aspect of us that is connected with the all-knowing energy. This is the energy that is coming in. There is a new beginning that is happening with this energy. So that's a good energy to be in, an energy worth celebrating. I hope that you guys got something out of your reading, Gemini. I will be moving on to Libra, and then I have Aquarius, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius left to do. Again, guys, I am going live tomorrow night at 8 Eastern Standard Time to do body scans and free healing. So if you guys are wanting to be a part of that, see what that means, then make sure that you're coming and being a part of that tomorrow. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, make sure that you're hitting the follow button and then hit the notification bell so that you can receive and when I have uploaded new videos. Thank you to anybody who has already done so. It is very much appreciated. Okay, guys, moving on to Libra 151. 15149. Okay, Libra, this is going to be for you. And I'm seeing the yellow cards. I have several yellow cards. Which ones am I going to? Thank you. Okay, Libra. Let's see what they have for you today. What messages do you have for Libra, please, in love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Libra? In love, romance, am I supposed to take both of those? Okay. Which one do I take first? So this is a time of finding your independence. You're setting some sort of firm foundation in your life right now that is helping you to become more stable, more independent, more in this energy of feeling like you're secure. You know, this energy of just feeling on top of the world and feeling like you have found your success, maybe in multiple areas of your life. It may be in just one area, but you've definitely in this energy of finding your success. We also have the green Tara, which is an energy of not being afraid to ask people for help. If you need to delegate certain tasks to certain people, make sure that you're doing so. As you're coming into this energy of independence, Libra, you're going to need some help. For some of you, you are being pushed and pulled in multiple directions. These are directions of, you know, business, making money, setting firm foundations, connection with people, and so on and so forth. One of the things that Spirit is wanting you to do is be vulnerable, you know, be open-minded to asking people to help you with things that you need help with, whether it be you need suggestions on something and you trust certain people so you know that you can ask them for suggestions. Maybe you need help moving something. I mean, the list can go on and on. Either way it goes, don't be afraid to open your mouth and seek help when help is needed, no matter how big or how small that level of help is that is needed. What other messages do you have for Libra, please, in love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Libra, in love, romance, finance, There could be some energy of like some changes that are happening within your self-esteem, learning and seeing yourself in a different worth and value, things of that sort. Either way, you do have Onak, which is an energy of easy does it. This is giving you a message and cautioning you that you don't have to hurry, you don't have to be in a rush, that this is something that divine timing is at play. Either way it goes, things will happen as things are meant to happen, right on time, in perfect timing. Everything happens as it's supposed to. Again, no need to worry, no need to rush, no need to feel like you're going to be left behind. What other messages for Libra, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Libra. In love, thank you. We do have the arts, which is talking about connecting with things that are artistic. Maybe learning a new how to play an instrument, or learning a new instrument, being creative through poetry or artistry of some way, shape, or form. Maybe this is referring to the arts in singing or dancing. Either way it goes, this is asking you to express yourself in some artistic way, shape, or form. What other messages do you have for Libra, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Libra. Thank you. Something sounded like it just fell on the floor, glass, and I don't know what in the world it would have been, but anyhow. Okay, so we have the Butterfly Maiden, which is a message of all about big changes, transformations. This is an energy, a breakthrough type of energy where you get things that you've desired, things that you've worked really hard to change, so that you can manifest certain things into your reality. This is what this is referring to. I was told to say 155, guys. Some of you need to look that up on Sacred Scribes. But anyhow, this is time when you're experiencing a lot of change, a lot of transformation, maybe feeling like, again, that you're being pulled in multiple directions, but these directions that you're being pulled in are all new beginnings, new starts, things that could present new challenges, but also so many rewards and blessings. Yeah, Bridget is telling you to not back down. Don't take no for an answer. Don't quit now. There's going to be times when you need to stand up for yourself. There may be judgment or disapproval that comes from others, but when that happens, setting boundaries is necessary. Making sure that you're voicing your opinion, voicing what you need to happen in this situation, whether it be telling somebody, you know, if you say this or say that, or you keep acting in this certain way, we can't be friends, we can't hang out, we can't do this, blah, 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 blah. So making sure that you're standing up for yourself in ways that need to happen, that you're doing that. I am being told these again, yes or no? I'm seeing yes and no. Am I supposed to use these again, yes or no? Okay, thank you. Which cards do I go to? That's what I thought. You do have a lot of mint green, which makes me think of the casual chakra, which is connection with a chakra that is behind your head here. This is connection with the moon, and it radiates divine feminine light. So some of you may be connecting with your feminine light, which is the aspect of you that is clairvoyant. I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say intuitive, but clairvoyant came out. Intuitive, connected with the emotions and with the inner knowings of your heart space. For some of you, romance and connection through a romantic partner is something that is getting ready to happen. For some of you, it's already happening, and this connection is developing and going a lot deeper than what it had been. However, there is a few of you who are going through some challenges that have to do with romantic relationships, leaving someone or something behind. Some of you could be realizing that there's a divine plan at, you know, some sort of sacred divine plan at play, and by leaving this person behind, it's going to bring in your true 7-Eleven soulmate, twin flame, counterpart, what have you. This is going to bring in some sort of divine love. Many of you are realizing that your soul plan involves some sort of creative expression through using your voice in some way, using your artistic expression, you know, whatever it may be. You're learning that some sort of creative expression is what is needed here, especially for a calling, a soul plan, a soul path, or what have you. Let's see what other messages Spirit has for you. You do have a message of balance and harmony that's coming. There's resolutions that are coming for situations. There is going to be some sort of awareness or clarity brought into situations that you just don't feel like you have enough answers in at this time. It is an energy of, breakthrough energy again. Expecting like miraculous solutions to happen is also something that is happening. Remember, this is a time of finding your independence, and creating some sort of stability within your life, Libra. So there's definitely going to be some feelings of setback, or that there's energies that may be holding you back in some way, shape, or form. And this is where the clarity is coming. This is where these energies of mountains being moved is coming, and going to start tackling these areas. So expect that things are going to start to move rapidly, and you can expect a lot of changes. Which card? Thank you. What other messages do you have for Libra, please? And love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Libra. And love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Libra. Am I supposed to take this one? Am I supposed to take this one here? Okay, I'm not going to take it because I'm not getting any. Oh, it already came out. So you got the number 5 card, which is about positive change and transformation. But this card itself is referring to waiting. There's something that you're waiting on to receive some sort of information about, maybe a truth about. Maybe you've been waiting for some sort of clarity in a situation before you move and put time and energy into it. Either way it goes, this particular situation is going to be fruitful. It's going to be something that is worth waiting on. The slower it takes to get to you, the more healed it is, the more maybe connected it is, the more better it for your energy it is, what have you. But either way it goes, this is a message of like crossing some sort of great river to get to some sort of great success. So an opportunity is going to present itself to you that is going to be very powerful, and it's up to you to just be patient with it. Wait for it to come to you. Divine timing is definitely at play. I don't feel like this is everybody is waiting on something, but some of you are definitely waiting on something. You do have 27, which is all about nourishment to your mind, body, and soul, putting things into your body that are good for you, whether it be fruits, foods, vegetables, things that are good and high in frequency. Maybe this is referring to listening to tones that could help you to raise your frequency in some way, shape, or form. But nourishment to your mind, body, and soul through meditation, through connection with meditation and learning what things need to be healed, removed, cleared, changed, what have you. Am I supposed to continue with these cards, yes or no? Which cards do I go to, please? Thank you. What other messages? So there may be some sort of energy of changing program that has to do with money situations. So maybe when you were growing up, you were somebody that didn't have a lot of money. Maybe you've been taught that, you can spend money all the time, that you have endless amounts of money, but you really don't. There's just different situations that have to do with money matters that you're learning lessons in at this time. So take it how it resonates with you. There's going to be some sort of testing of the waters, so to speak, where spirit puts you through some sort of trials and tribulations where you have to learn something about spending money or having some sort of financial goal and, meeting that goal or whatever it may be. And, it's going to be up to you to really listen to your intuition, your discernment of spirit, and make sure that you're moving and putting action or time and energy in to changing these, ways that you think about money, the programming that's happened. What other messages do you have, please, for Libra? So when it comes to financial matters and finding your independence, especially financial independence, you're going to have some sort of goal. Some of you need to sit down and write down, what kind of things that you dream of and desire, what kind of lifestyle you want, maybe home, car, all of the above. Like, just write it all down. Don't be afraid to wish too big or dream too big, or have plans that are too big or what have you. But what is it that you wish for and desire? And then what is it going to take to get there? Then you have the strength card that is telling we're going to give you the clarity, the awareness, the know-how of what it's going to take to get there. But it first and foremost, you're going to have to really see the challenges as they present themselves and work through the conflicts that have to do with money matters. Again, they want you to start thinking as if, speaking as if, acting as if, visualizing as if you already have these things in your life, so that you're changing that energy for quantum leaping, quantum jumping, changing timelines, to be in this energy of financial independence or independence in general. I was told to show the bottom, which is a tower card. This is a good tower card, okay? This means that you're ridding of people, places, things, and situations, things that are holding you back from moving forward and evolving in some way, shape, or form. This is you letting go of things very quickly that are making you feel uncomfortable, or making you feel like you're being held back from your independence, whether it be just an independence, like a general independence, or a financial independence. It doesn't really matter. Both, perhaps. Either way, these things are moving out of the way. So when this happens, be grateful for the things that are leaving your life, whether or not you feel some sort of, fear about it leaving, or maybe it gives you some sort of sadness or some sort of emotions wrapped around it leaving. Let it go, because what is meant for you is going to come to you. So when we let things go and surrender to what the universe or God has for us, things start to happen and things start to come towards us. So stay positive about it. There's definitely some pretty major changes happening for you, Libra. Let's see what kind of affirmations they have. I am whole. I am blessed with success. Again, guys, if you wasn't here this whole time, I am going to be doing some free body scans and healing tomorrow at 8 Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube. So if you want to be a part of that, please come and be a part of. I would be more than grateful for you to be there. I am unconditional love. Today, I will manifest changes necessary to become a non-judgmental person. This is not judgmental toward yourself and others. I hope that you got something out of your reading, Libra. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. Aquarius, you are next, and I have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius left to do. Thank you guys for being here. If you haven't yet subscribed, make sure that you're doing so. Hit the notification bell so that you're notified when I go live or when I upload new videos or what have you. Thank you, thank you, thank you to anybody who has already done so. And thank you for all the likes up there, guys. It's much appreciated. Which cards do I go to for Aquarius, please? Okay, I'm going right back to the same cards that I just ended with. Okay, Aquarius, this is going to be for you. And I've got the time of 2:07:09. Okay, Aquarius, this message is going to be for you. What messages do you have for Aquarius, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Aquarius. In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit. Thank you. Guys, if you're interested in an appointment with me for a healing or a reading, please go see my website, which is uniqueme303healing.net. And check out all 3 pages. If you are on the first page and you see the 3 lines up to the top left hand corner, then that's going to take you to all 3 pages. Anyhow, make sure that you're doing so. Hi guys, how you doing? I'm doing Aquarius's reading right now, and I will be moving on to Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius after. Okay, so there's some sort of situation that you're going through at this time that Spirit wants you to know that you're safe and protected from any kind of harm, any kind of like anybody coming against you. This is energies that you're protected from at this time. There's something that you're putting some sort of time, energy, commitment, dedication, and passion into, that maybe you feel like there could be some sort of judgment or disapproval from others around you. However, you're being asked to do so anyway because you are being protected. This is a time when the situation at hand, whatever this situation is that this is referring to, is going to be handled with gentleness, with fairness, with this energy of, you know, people aren't going to judge you, or if they judge you, it's not going to be as bad as what you think it is. You know, they are going to treat you with the fairness that you deserve. And, you know, everything is going to be handled in a just matter. What other messages do you have, please, for Aquarius and love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self? Woo, that card went way down there. Oh, maybe not. Okay. So there's some sort of situations within your household that may be moving or improving. This could be moving in a different house. There could be some sort of financial changes within the household that are improving something that happens within your house. Maybe it's changing the way you're able to or capable of paying your bills. Either way, there's some sort of healthy change that is happening that has to do with your home and situations involving people in your home. I am feeling that there is some sort of situation that has to do with communication, because I'm seeing a lot of blue. So there may be some sort of communication that needs to be had within people at the home. This is a situation that maybe for some of you, this has to do with a married couple, because I am feeling like there's some sort of argument, some sort of distance with a married couple. Either way it goes, know that when you have this communication, you know, there may be boundaries that you need to set. There may be some things that you need to say that has to do with, you know, being vulnerable or putting yourself out there in some way that makes you feel like you're vulnerable. And what Spirit is saying is this communication is very much needed. You do have solace, which is talking about connection with bodies of water, spending time near lakes, rivers, mountain streams. Something of that sort is really going to be very beneficial to you. This is going to be the energy 210, guys. Look that up on Sacred Scribes. This is going to be the energy that you need to engage with to get recharged, rebalanced. For some of you, this is going to be a cleansing type of energy. Just listening to the water sounds or water tones on like YouTube or what have you is going to be very, very beneficial, is what I am hearing. A lot of you are coming into these energies of like magical happenings. For some of you, getting connected with plant medicine, things that have to do with like learning how to heal yourself and others, getting connected with things that are just like very magical at this time is something that is happening. This may be something that you're also learning that you're safe and protected through. Maybe at one time in your life you was told that it wasn't good to connect with spirit or with healing or, you know, with manifestation or with magical aspects of the etherics or whatever it may be. And now you're learning that that is something that is false. It's something that, you know, you don't need to put too much time and energy into worrying about. You do have Ain on the bottom, which is talking about taking a leap of faith in some sort of area in your life. This is asking you to open your heart and mind to be willing to take some sort of risk. Okay, this is referring to a risk that's well worth taking. And I'm hearing yes, yes, yes. Which cards do I go to, please? I'm seeing the orange ones again. Rosa, I'm not really for sure what you're trying to ask, hon, but I am not doing free or paid readings tonight. These are all zodiac sign readings or general readings for the 1111 portal. What other messages do you have, please, for Aquarius in love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Aquarius in love, romance? Thank you. So when you have this communication with whoever it is that you need to have the communication with, then there's going to be something that is going to be said to you that you really need to listen to. It's something that you need to make sure that you're taking all your time and energy and focusing on the person that is talking to you. There is something that is going to be said that you need to hear. It may change the trajectory of things. It may change the way that you perceive or, you know, the way that you see things working out. It is, you are being asked to just really take caution with over speaking your mind, or, you know, speaking loudly towards this person or what have you, but just really have like an open mind, an energy of compassion about you when you go about having this communication with said person. I've already done Leo's reading. Oh no, I'm sorry. Leo is after Aries. I'm doing Aquarius now, then I have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius left. Okay, so for Aquarius, this is a time when Spirit is going to be directing you to grow even more so spiritually. You're going to be asked to connect more with crystals, things like getting outdoors and connecting with plant and tree beings, doing things like connecting with other people who are healers, or maybe connected with some sort of psychic gifts or something of that sort. People that can help you to develop and attune to gifts that you have, you know, spiritual type of gifts. One of the things that I am seeing is going outside and being outdoors and connecting with the plant and tree beings is going to help you to connect with some sort of level of oneness. And, you know, this is going to bring in some energy of like feeling almost lightweight, or like some weight has been lifted off of you. So make sure that you're doing so. This is time to take charge and take action in some sort of risk that you're taking. And again, you're being asked to take some sort of leap of faith in an area of your life that, you know, may feel very, very risky. And it may make you feel like, you know, you have some sort of fear, doubt, or insecurity about how it's going to work for you. But Spirit is saying, you know, trust, have faith that all will work exactly how it's supposed to work, in divine timing, in right time, after lessons are learned that need to be learned, and after you have faith. You know, faith moves mountains, so make sure that you're having faith in this, you know, and put in some sort of action. I am being told the bottom, which is cutting cords. So this is cutting cords with people, places, things, situations, habits, energies that are no longer in alignment or in resonance with your energy or vibration. These are energies that could be holding you back from moving forward in your ascension process, in your spiritual awakening, in your spiritual journey. You know, something that could be holding you back. So make sure that you're doing so. I have lots of videos on cutting cords, you know, guys. So if you haven't yet looked at my YouTube channel, go check out my playlist, look for guided meditations or healing videos, and they will say something about cutting cords. Make sure that you're doing those. If you feel like you have cords that need to be cut with people, places, things, and situations, habits. Which cards will I go to, please? Instantly, I'm seeing the marijuana. What other messages? Thank you. Am I supposed to take both of these? Okay, thank you. So some of you, as you're growing spiritually, you are getting connected with meditation, with crystals, with sun gazing, moon gazing, star gazing, getting connected in multiple ways, and the ways that Spirit is leading you to. One of the things that you have found out, or in the process of finding out, is that you're a starseed. You're somebody who came to this planet to help this planet evolve physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. You're somebody who went through many lifetimes and learned many, had many lessons, and learned through many experiences that you've had that have taught you things that you need to know for now. The energy that we're in this world now. There's something that you have learned that has helped you to be able to help this planet to evolve in some way, shape, or form. You're being asked to just go for it, put yourself out there in some way, shape, or form. Again, you're protected from any kind of evil or harm or anything that could come towards you. People are going to treat you with gentleness and fairness. You are protected. Again, the first and the last message that came out is a message of protection and not having to worry. Actually, I was told to take the next card on the bottom, which is clarity. This is an energy of balance coming because of clarity that is being received about different things that you're going through in your life. This clarity is coming through guidance from your highest self, or the God aspect, the God spark, the I am presence within. A lot of you are receiving clarity so clear that you just know that you just know that you just know that you need to go in this direction, or put energy into this said thing, or whatever it may be. I am not doing free or paid readings tonight, guys. I'm just doing readings for zodiac signs, and I am working on Aquarius right now. I then have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius left to do. I am complete. I am uniquely gifted. Today, I will share my gifts with the world. I am inspiring. Okay, guys, I hope that you got something out of this reading. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Again, guys, I'm just doing readings for the zodiac signs. These are general collective readings for each zodiac sign for the 1111 portal. So these are things that you need to know at this time, things that you could be going through or need to change or do differently. I am not doing any free or paid readings tonight. If you guys are interested in one of my paid services, make sure that you're checking out my website, which is uniqueme303healing.net. I am going to be doing free healing tomorrow, body scans and healing. So if you're wanting to be a part of that, make sure that you come and be a part of. It would be greatly appreciated. All right, guys. Thank you for everybody being here. I'm doing zodiac signs right now. I am getting ready to start with Aries. I have Leo and Sagittarius left to do, so thank you for being patient with me. I will be putting timestamps on all of this when I get done after I share it, so you guys can see exactly where to look up your correct zodiac sign. Okay, Aries, which messages do I go to for Aries, please? Thank you. Okay, Aries, this is going to be your message. What messages do you have for Aries in love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit? Oh, let me set this 22009. 22009 for Aries. What messages do you have for Aries, please? Thank you. Oh, that really went down there. Hold on. Okay, Aries, some of you have really been in this energy of really trying to find your freedom, freedom of speech, freedom to be you, freedom to be authentic, freedom to share yourself with others without disapproval or judgment, just freedom in multiple ways in your life. And, a lot of you, this is referring to emotional freedom. You've healed and done a lot that you need to do to heal your emotional body. And now there's this sense of peace and freedom because you don't have to no longer cry over everything or, let everything hold you down in some way, shape, or form or get overworked about all these different situations. Instead, you see them for what they are. You go with the flow, you be in the present moment, and, freedom, you've received freedom from that as well. There is some sort of message that is coming through about, integrity and, walk that goes with the talk that you talk, and, speak your truth respectfully without being, how do I say this? I get this energy of being pushy, forthright, kind of judgmental towards how others accept what you have to share with them. But, this energy is saying that, you don't have to be that way anymore. That's an energy of the past. And you're even becoming free from that energy as well. Yes, 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 I'm hearing. Which cards do I go to, please? Which cards do I go to, please? That's what I thought. Okay. Okay, Aries. What other messages do we have for Aries, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Aries. And love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Aries. Am I supposed to take this? Both of them? This is a time of discovering who you are and really being okay with what you discover. For some of you, you've already came into this energy of discovering who you are, and maybe you're in a new cycle and it's a time of rediscovering who you are. So you found out a lot about you, about, things that you needed to change, ways that you needed to be different and things of that sort. You got to this good energy. You completed a cycle, and now you're moving into this new cycle of learning who you are all over again, which means there's new desires, there's new wants, there's new needs, there's new developments of skills and talents and spiritual attributes and things of that sort. And this energy of discovery is really bringing in this energy of really being okay with what you found out about yourself, really liking what you've discovered, really enjoying and finding pleasure and evolving and ascending to new heights, new levels, so to speak. And you're really excited about where this new journey is taking you, where this new timeline or new cycle, new discovery of self is taking you. You're excited to figure out what kind of things you desire in this new energy, and you're really excited about how to get there. One of the things that is coming up is it's almost like you're receiving questions that aren't getting answers, okay? That's the message that I'm getting here. 2020, guys. Look that up on Sacred Scribes. You also have 2626 and 2929. But with the 2020 card, I'm feeling like there's questions that you have to things that you're not receiving the answers. And for me, when I don't receive the answers, if I don't know what to do, I don't do anything at all. And this is a message that is coming through, and is coming through very, very loudly. When you don't know what to do and you do nothing at all, it's because Spirit doesn't want you to know the ins and outs. If you knew all the, ins and outs or what your next steps were, then it wouldn't be a surprise. Or, when some sort of breakthrough happened, then you would know exactly that it was going to happen. And Spirit's saying, we don't want you to know these type of things. There's some things that are bringing you into this energy of freedom, or even more freedom than what you already have. And the questions that you have about it, you're not receiving those answers. And Spirit is saying, you'll receive the answers right when you need to. Remember, you're in a time of rediscovery, or, finding out new things about yourself. So when you're meant to know things, when you're meant to experience things, that's exactly when it's going to happen. We are where we are when we need to be there. So where you're at right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. The number 8 is standing out, which is a number of abundance, infinity. And, right away when I said infinity, I'm feeling like there's multiple timelines in which you have to choose from. And now it's about the choice of which timeline you want to engage in. There may be things within a timeline that have to do with, romance or a relationship or relationships. There may be things that have to do with your finances and, finding some sort of freedom within that. But I really feel like most of the freedom is going to come from discovering who you are all over again, what you desire, who you want to be, developing skills and attributes of yourself, and just really focusing on self, discovery of self. Yes, yes, yes. So 1616, guys, look that up as well on Sacred Scribes. Stargazing is something that you guys need to do at this time. Connecting with stars makes me instantly feel like some of you may be realizing that you're a star seed. You may be somebody who came here to help this planet to evolve physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. And you're starting to realize that. Or maybe some of you are already star seeds and you already know. But connection with stars, looking up and stargazing, what stars are flashing at you. As you see them flash, ask, am I supposed to connect with this? And if the answer is a yes that you get, then imagine your energy going from your heart space or your crown chakra, whatever you feel, sending your energy from. Maybe it's your whole entire self, sending your energy up and connecting with that particular star. As you do, some sort of downloads of information is going to come to you. It may be information about some sort of aspect of yourself that is connected with this star. It could be just about being a starseed in general and what kind of calling that is put on your life. There's just different things that you're going to be learning. For some of you, it's to take some sort of connection deeper with maybe an extraterrestrial or another race of beings that maybe you haven't yet connected with, or you have connected with and just need to take that connection deeper. And I'm hearing yes, yes, yes. So that means that there's a connection that needs to be taken deeper, and connecting with the stars is going to do that. For some of you, this is a Cirrus connection. Okay, connection with the stars, connection with the moon is also something that it's asking you to do. Moon gazing, um, pulling in the energy of the moon for connection with divine feminine energy. This is the aspect of you that needs to be cleared. Clearing your intuition, your discernment of spirit, your internal knowings, that claircognizance that you have. The crown and third eye chakra is being cleared by this divine feminine energy. There is something that is taking place that is really enhancing your ability to perceive things accurately, to receive clear premonitions or clear knowings about some sort of next step or what's getting ready to happen or what have you. So connection with the moon is very, very beneficial. Jesus loves you too. Absolutely. 100%. I love Jesus. He is my BFF. He has taught me most of the healing that I know to do has been taught by angels or Jesus through meditation, through just deep interconnections. What other messages am I supposed to go to, please? Thank you. What other messages do you have? Thank you. So there is a message of seeking some sort of union, but I feel like this union has to do with union between you and your highest self, union between you and the God aspect, the I am presence, source God itself. It's all the same energy, but you know, there's something about learning that you are not separate from, but you are one with. And so the energy of number 8 is coming out again. So this is the second time that infinity has came out. Infinity is also a message of unity, togetherness, oneness, also a message of good fortune. Either way it goes, whatever, you're connecting with at this time that's getting you deeper connected with oneness, there is no mistake that you're going to be shown exactly how to connect with it. And I almost feel like a lot more is going to be revealed to you. There's something about more being revealed to you. Yeah, there's things that you still need to release. This is people, places, things, situations, habits. These are things that are going to bring you closer to this energy of freedom and feeling like you're in this energy of being at home. Or feeling like you're at the finishing stage of something. This isn't going to resonate with everybody because some of you right now are in a new cycle and just finished out an old cycle. So that will be for those of you who are still in an old cycle moving into a new cycle. Which brings up this next card, not yet across. So some of you have not yet got into this new energy, and it's about finding how to get into that new energy. But the clarity is coming through sun gazing, moon gazing, star gazing, connection with the Akashic records through meditation, things of that sort. Let's see what other messages coming through. What cards do I go to, please? Thank you. Not having any direction is also something that is frustrating to you guys, but I'm getting 2 different messages that are talking about not receiving direction because it's not yet needed. But know that, when you don't have any direction, there's still like a harvest time or a time of bearing fruits, because there is things that are working in the background, things that are intangible, things that you can't see that are rearranging and being aligned in your life. So there is still things that are happening that you can't yet see that are happening for your benefit. We do have self-acceptance, which is referring to a time of seeing your worth and value in a certain situation. For many of you, this is accepting where you just got to and accepting that now you have to restart all over again, discovering who you are, where you want to be, what kind of changes you need to make, so on and so forth. But being accepting of where you're at and what you've already been through is exactly what this is referring to. I am not doing any free readings tonight. No free readings tonight, guys. If you're interested in a paid reading, you can go check out my website, which is uniqueme303healing.net. And we can work out a time for an appointment. Okay, so transformation is happening. This is just a confirmation of what I've already been telling you. You're in this energy of learning how to be more free, learning how to change aspects of yourself in this new cycle so that you can find out what you want, what you desire to be, what you desire to have, all of those different things that this is referring to. On the bottom, we do have clear, cancel, delete, which is referring to canceling out any negative energies that you may be thinking of, time and energy that you may be putting into negative situations. Let the universe know, like, I didn't mean it. That wasn't what I was trying to put out there. I don't want this energy to be put out there and then pull even more negative energy back to me. So I clear, cancel, and delete. Release that energy. It is no longer needed. Psych. I say psych a lot to God, letting God know I didn't mean that. That was totally a mistake. I said something I didn't mean. I'm sorry, type deal. So make sure that you're doing things like that as well. Which cards do I go to, please? Okay, Aries, let's see what else I got for you. And then I'm going to be moving on to Leo. And then Sagittarius is my last reading. So we do have, the need for going inward, being in a time of silence, getting into like the hermit mode so that you can get connected with yourself in some way, shape, or form deeper. Okay, what this is referring to is meditation, setting intentions on asking spirit, what do I need to know, what do I need to learn, what do I need to experience at this time. An energy of not taking things so seriously, learning to be playful, cheerful, childlike energy is exactly what is needed right now. But I do feel like a lot of your answers, a lot of your clarity is going to come in times of silent, being alone, being in time of meditation or what have you. Yeah, you're going to start to see things from a higher perspective, from a different perspective. This is due to you connecting with your angels and asking them for guidance and helping you in your free will choices. This is also due to the connection with meditation and receiving the answers that you need at this time. What other messages do you have for Aries, please? Thank you. So there may be this energy of judging yourself and, off and on just feeling like you don't have what it takes to get there. Just negative Nancy, doubting yourself and talking yourself out of things for some reason. But Spirit is asking you to be very cautious of acting this way and talking yourself out of things. Really pay attention, again, to those things that are developing in you, your intuition, your discernment of spirit, claircognizance. That's those internal knowings of here that you don't know how you know that you know that you know, but you know it, okay? Get connected with those things and, stop the negative chatter in your mind and set those intentions on having positive thoughts, positive words, and actions. And then, do that. Let's see what I am affirmations we have for Aries today. I'm moving on to Leo and Sagittarius in just a few minutes. I am important. I am living my fullest potential. I accomplished what I set out to do. I am a positive person, unaffected by the negativity of others. Okay, Aries, I hope that you got something out of your reading. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Hi, guys. Thank you for being here. If you're just getting here, I am not doing any free or paid readings today. I am doing the Zodiac signs for the 1111 portal, what you guys need to know according to the Zodiac signs. So if you're wanting a reading, a paid reading, please go see my website, which is uniqueme303healing.net. If you're wanting an appointment, just go there and make an appointment. Tomorrow I will be going live at 8 Eastern Standard Time to do free body scans and free healing. So if you're interested in that, please feel free to come and join us. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so that you can be notified when I do go live or when I post any new videos. Thank you to anybody who has already subscribed. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. I'm going to move on to Aries, and then I have Sagittarius after that, and I will be done with these readings. So, Leo, which messages do I go to for Leo, please? Which cards do I get? Thank you. What messages do you have for Leo, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Leo. Some of you are having a lot of supernatural experiences with spirit. You may be seeing spirit. You may be seeing holographic images. You may be having visions of spirit in the third eye area. You may be hearing voices. You may be seeing fast, rapid movements, and then all of a sudden it's gone. Seeing shadow figures that maybe you're not used to seeing, but there's some sort of engagement with the etheric aspect of things. So seeing things that other people don't see, maybe even hearing things that other people don't hear. Some of you, I feel though, are actually going through some sort of dark night of the soul where you are going through programs that people have taught you that it's bad to engage with spirit, that, you know, communication from the highest self is not needed. You know, there's been some sort of lies that have been told you that that you're shifting through and reprogramming right now. What messages do you have for Leo? Thank you. So right away you have the key, which is a key for a lot of things. This is a key for awakenings. This is activations that are happening to different chakras, maybe to dormant DNA that has been dormant for quite some time. You know, as we don't use our DNA for different things, it starts to become dormant. If we are programmed by people, places, things, music, television shows, movies, whatever it may be, in some way, shape, or form to believe things that are actually the opposite of the way that we believe, then this is a key to helping you to receive clarity in that particular area. This is also, for a lot of you, the key to success. You're starting to learn the ins and outs of how to change energies around to be more positive energy and manifest things into your reality in positive ways. You're learning to master alchemy. For some of you, you're learning how to be good at alchemy. We have to be bad before we're good, good before we're great, and great before we master anything. Alchemy, what does that mean? You're changing and transforming a lower vibrating energy into a higher vibrating energy. This could be some sort of thought that you have that you're changing around, or some sort of action that you're putting into something that you're changing around. Either way it goes, you have choices in everything that you do, in every way that you talk, in every action that you put into something, you have a choice. So picking the higher vibrating choice, the road that is going to be for most of you of less resistant, is exactly what this is referring to. What other messages do you have for Leo, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Thank you. So you do have the trust card, which is an energy of bliss. This is an energy saying that, you know, the things that you're going through at this time, you can trust that it's going to bring in a joyful type of energy. This is going to bring in an energy that is worthwhile. It's going to bring in an energy that is going to make you feel very uplifted and very inspired to move forward in some way, shape, or form. Let's see what other messages they have for you. What other Oh, Lord. Lord have mercy. Where'd it go? Okay, well, I cannot reach it. It is really far over there, so I'm not even going to try to attempt to get it. We are just going to skip over that and see what other messages Spirit has for you, Leo. What other messages do you have for Leo in love, romance, finance, ascension messages? Thank you. Okay, so you've been in this energy of planting seeds. This could be in multiple ways. Seeds for growth and employment, seeds for helping people to evolve in some way, shape, or form. You know, just different seeds that you've been planting, and now it's time to reap the rewards or the harvest of these seeds that you've planted. So you may start to realize that people are coming around you that need your help, or, you know, maybe people don't know how to alchemize energy from a lower vibrating energy to a higher vibrating energy, and you're teaching people how to do so. This is an energy of putting things in order, in the right order, so that as you move forward, things are very much aligned for you. However, I feel like for some of you, you're stuck on how to put things in order. Maybe you you need some sort of guidance on how to get to your next step and what needs to be put in order. Something that is happening, though, is there is a pretty big shift that is happening. The energy of clarity is coming in for you. This brings on an energy of joy and excitement because you finally feel like you have the know-how or the information to move forward in some way, shape, or form. There is a message on the bottom talking about having gratitude and attitude of gratitude. This is a message of harvest. This is things coming to you because of hard work, dedication, and again, remember, you have the key to success. So you've been learning exactly what it takes to get to where you are today, and now you're reaping the rewards of a job well done, of time that you've put into committing into something that was meaningful to you, and now you're in an energy of harvest. Make sure that you're having an attitude of gratitude, sharing your wealth and health with other people, and how you got to that wealth and health, and so that they can do so as well. This is a time of starting to have more empathic energies about you, which means that when you walk into a room, you know the energy. You know that somebody's going through something. Maybe you can't quite put your finger on exactly what it is, but you know that the energy feels off. Or, maybe you're starting to hear things that maybe you hadn't heard before. Even telepathy is something that I'm picking up at this time. So, you might finish people's words or sentences, or maybe you know exactly what they're getting ready to say, and then you say it. I don't know, something of that sort. But there's definitely this connection with telepathy, with empathy, and with like a transmission of energy from one person to another. I was told to tell you guys 1122. Am I supposed to continue with these cards? Yes or no? I heard yes and no. Do I go? Yes. Okay. What other messages do you have, please, for Leo in love? Thank you. I'm supposed to take both of them. Connection with your intuition is going to be very, very powerful right now. It's giving you exactly the information that you need, exactly when you need it, on how you need to move forward, things that you need to change, and so on and so forth. This is a time of having to give up some sort of energies. This could be people, places, things, situation, habits, energies that are holding you back in some way, shape, or form. You do have 12, 12, and 5, guys. Make sure that you're looking up on Sacred Scribes. You do have the Raven here, which tells me that there's some things that are being kept from you. There is some mysterious type of energy around you. I feel like the mystery is that Spirit has not yet given you all the information that you need. And so some of the mystery is like the know-how of how something is going to change, or, what have you. But this is also a message of enlightenment. And there is messages being given to you through Spirit in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it's through repeated numbers, repeated lyrics, an internal voice, some sort of signs and synchronistic things that are happening that are showing you exactly what you need to do. But there's definitely a connection with things evolving and becoming more enlightened in things. Yes, 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 they're saying. So that tells me that I'm spot on with what I'm saying. Which cards do I go to, please? Thank you. Guys, I'm doing Leo's reading now. I've already done all the other signs. I will be stamping these. As soon as I get done, I'll make sure that I timestamp them. I am not doing any free or paid readings today. So if you're wanting a reading, make sure that you're going to my website and checking it out. It is uniqueme303healing.net if you're wanting a reading or a healing appointment. If you want to know what kind of healing I do, I am doing some of that tomorrow. I am doing free body scans and free healing. So if you're interested in that or knowing what that is all about, please come and check that out at 8 Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube tomorrow. Should be a fun time. So I hope to see you guys there. So some of you are awakening to the ability to teach, counsel, help guide children in some way, shape, or form. For many of you, I feel like if you are from the spiritual community and you have been awakened for quite some time, you've already learned that you have some sort of calling when it comes to helping children to evolve in some way, shape, or form. And this is what this is referring to. You're good at helping and helping to counsel and heal children, leading them in the right direction. So make sure as you're guided to help children evolve in some way that you're doing so. You are connected with a past energy of one of your other lifetimes. This is a lifetime when you was a medicine man or a medicine woman. Maybe you was considered a shaman or a energy healer, energy worker, divine healer, something of that sort. You do have connection with the divinity within, the I am presence, the Kundalini, the Holy Spirit. It's all the same energy. You're connected with this. And this is an energy that has helped you to learn how to heal yourself and others. But at this time, you're learning that you're more than just a channel for healing, that you're a channel for other things. So maybe you're able to channel some being through you in ways of helping others to be activated or healed in some way, shape, or form. There is definitely some sort of connection for a lot of you with like Egypt or an Egyptian type of connection, maybe as a pharaoh or what have you. I don't know why this is coming through, but I just keep seeing the pyramids and sphinx and pharaohs and things of that sort. So there could be some sort of connection with that, and maybe because you are an old soul and you're learning about these connections that you had at some time as an old soul, then this is revealing something to you about one of those time frames. Either way it goes, there is definitely connection with like plant medicine. So you may be called to engage or practice incorporating plant medicine into your daily spiritual practice or what have you. Many of you are learning to go with the flow, be in the flow, go with the rhythm and the cycles of ebb and flow in your life with the cycles that you're going through. For some of you, this is referring to honoring the cycles that your body's going through as well. So as we're going through ascension symptoms and this awakening process, we lose density and we clear things with our emotional body and our physical and spiritual and energetic, and these different things happen that make us more weightless and less dense, and we start to be able to feel the Kundalini or the life force energy, the Chi, the Holy Spirit that is moving in us and acting for us. And this is one of the connections that is deepening at this time. This is something that is also helping you to be very connected with your claircognizance, which is the internal knowings of the heart. The I am present gives you, and it knows all and is capable of giving you all the answers. So this is something that you're connecting with at this time. What other messages am I? No, not these cards. Which cards do I go to? These cards here. Thank you. What other messages do you have for Leo? So this is a time of a pretty big transformation for many of you. I'm feeling breakthrough energy. However, you'll know if this resonates with you. You've been feeling the breakthrough energy coming and you've been expecting it to happen. But what kind of breakthrough is getting ready to happen, Spirit? What kind of breakthrough? I don't know why I feel like asking that, but I felt guided to ask. What kind of breakthrough? Okay, this is a breakthrough in receiving downloads and information from Spirit. Maybe you're starting to understand how Spirit gives you different kinds of knowings, or how you get messages from Spirit. And there's multiple ways in which God, Spirit, your guides, higher self, source God will give us messages. And one of those ways is through our intuition, our discernment of Spirit, our internal knowings, or the claircognizance, through telepathy, through connections with the inner child, through connections with other beings, through just internal knowings. I mean, there's multiple ways in which Spirit is giving you these things, and this is one of the things that is changing and transforming in you, is learning how to connect and how to receive. So how to get blocks out of the way that keep you from receiving even. Am I supposed to continue with these, yes or no? Which cards do I go to, please? Thank you. What other messages do you have? Many blessing to you as well, honey. What other messages do you have for Leo? I'm almost done with Leo. Then I'm going to move to Sagittarius, and I will be done for tonight. Make sure that if you're not yet a member or a subscriber, that you're subscribing and then hitting the notification bell so that you'll be notified when I go live or upload any kind of videos or what have you. There is an energy of coming against yourself. There's an energy of judging yourself for how far you've came, for not having some sort of goal accomplished by now. But this is a time when you're really discovering what you need to do differently, and really discovering that beating yourself up is not needed, that we go through, these cycles and changes as we go through them, and we're where we are when we need to be there. So, beat yourself up with a feather. Try not to judge or ridicule yourself for how far you came or haven't come or what have you, but just be okay with where you're at presently. You do have the Book of Discovery, which tells me this is a time of discovering new aspects of yourself. Maybe spiritual attributes and gifts are being brought up to the forefront. Things that were dormant are now becoming undormant or reawakened in you. And I'm hearing yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. For a lot of you, your ships are coming in. This is financial security, but really for many of you, this is just stability, something coming together, something aligning. Okay, let me get some I am affirmations for you guys, Leo, and then I'm going to move on to Sagittarius. I am uniquely gifted. Today, I will share my gifts with the world. I am brilliant. And I got the same one. I am uniquely gifted. Today I will share my gifts with the world. So that's really standing out. You guys need to do so. I am abundant in all areas of my life. This is all positive areas of your life you're abundant in. I hope that you guys got something out of your reading. Much love to you. Thank you for being here and being of support. I feel like I probably just messed that up. I can't remember if I was doing Leo or Aries. If somebody can tell me what reading I was just doing, that would really be beneficial. I feel like I might have been doing Leo, but I want to make sure. Does anybody know whose reading that I was doing? Can you back up just a little bit? I said Leo. Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you, honey. Okay, let's see. Moving on. I do not think that I put Leo's time down for their reading, so I will have to find out about that one. Okay, let me pick this up and move on. Okay, thank you, honey. I think the reason why I got confused is because I had the time down for Aries and not for Leo, but I already had checked off Aries as being done, so that's why I was confused. So I just didn't put a timestamp down for Leo. I'm going to have to figure that one out. Thank you for letting me know, hon. Okay, Sagittarius, this is going to be for you. And I am going to go ahead and write this down so I don't forget. 25552. Okay, Sagittarius, I am instantly seeing the black and blue cards. So let's see what they have to say. This message is going to be for the collective of Sagittarius. I think you're right, though. I think that you were right about that. Okay, Sagittarius. What messages do you have for Sagittarius, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Sagittarius. In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Sagittarius. In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from spirit or higher self. Give me 2 more shuffles. How many cards? Sagittarius, you are really going through quite an awakening. You have been on this process for quite some time and you have evolved quite a bit. You are in this stage of really seeking truth in any avenue that you can, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. Anything that could have to do with something that you have evolved through or came to during your evolution process or your spiritual awakening. It's now being revealed to you, the truth about it. A lot of information, a lot of clarity is coming to you as well. I feel like there's been this energy of like you're a very old soul, somebody who has went through the ringer many times, many lifetimes. Okay, you're somebody who now in this lifetime has become very, very evolved. You're now using the wisdom of ages, the wisdom of all of these lifetimes that you have had, and you're sharing it with others in some way, shape, or form. I do feel like many of you are very spiritually gifted, very spiritually in tune, and I feel like the ways that most of you are reaching people right now are through some sort of spiritual ability and gift or something of that. Will somebody please delete Jahalo, Bala, or what have you? Because I'm not going to put up with comments like that. That's just not, it's not a place for that kind of stuff. Anyhow, this is a time of you really evolving and really using some sort of spiritual gifts and attributes to help people in other ways. It's probably through sharing of your experience, strength, and hope. Which cards do I go to, please? Thank you. Hi, Dorothea. How are you doing, honey? What other messages do you have for Sagittarius, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from spirit or higher self, please, for Sagittarius. In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from spirit or higher self, please. Yeah, so just like I was saying, a lot of you are very highly evolved. You've been, through many lifetimes, learning many lessons that's brought you to where you are now, and you're very connected with the gift of claircognizance. This is the ability to tap into these knowings. You don't know how you know that you know that you know, but you know. Okay, this is because you're connected with Source God, the highest self, that part of you that knows all and is all. This is a message of unanswered prayers being answered. So for some of you, maybe you've been waiting on some sort of prayer to be answered and it wasn't answered, and now you are. Oh my God, please. If you guys can figure out how to delete or block this person, please do so. Oh, I found it. Never mind. Okay, I just reported you because I do not want that kind of crap in here, okay? All right. Okay, so moving on. Many of you are starting to receive some sort of messages from heaven, messages from spirit in some way, shape, or form. This is deceased loved ones that are contacting you. So some of you may be engaging in mediumship, learning how to connect with deceased loved ones and things of that sort. For many of you, you have been connecting to help other people to see that they don't need to worry about their deceased loved one, that they're fine. Maybe some of you are helping others in ways of helping them to heal from the passing of a deceased loved one. Either way it goes, connection with mediumship is very prevalent. You do have a message of overcoming difficulties as you ascend through and to these new areas that you're, new heights, I should say, that you're starting to reach, which is areas of, developing and mastering spiritual attributes and spiritual gifts. One of the things that you may realize is that, a lot of the difficulties are already behind you because you've already lived a lot of lifetimes. You've already learned a lot of the lessons that you have been presented with in this lifetime, so it's easier for you to get through them with grace and ease. And so, knowing that the worst is now behind you, you can move forward with, like I said, with grace and ease, knowing that things are exactly the way that they're supposed to be, that you are meant to be helping others in some way, shape, or form by sharing your spiritual attributes and gifts, your know-how, things that you've learned in these other lifetimes. You do have comfort, which is referring to, angels being with you in your time of need. If you have been asking for some sort of guidance, especially on things that have to do with your free will choices, then this is your angels letting you know that they are working with you, protecting you, helping you to heal your heart in some way, shape, or form, to help you to move past whatever this energy of fear, doubt, and insecurity may be. For some of you, it may just be that when you're connecting with these deceased loved ones, that there's some sort of fear about what you're actually connecting with. So there is angels that is going to be, especially Archangel Michael is going to be helping you with this connection with mediumship. You may even notice that Shamel is one of the other angels that is around you. The colors of gold, orange, peach, blue may all be coming to you in your peripheral, or maybe in like orbs or something of that sort. You do have the message saying that a loved one may be engaging with you at this time. This is a romantic loved one. This is somebody that is like a soulmate, divine counterpart, a twin flame, somebody that you have some sort of godly type of love with, is what this is referring to. You do have blue being shown all over here, as well as purple and indigo. So connections with the throat chakra for communication or clearing obstacles that may be keeping you from communicating. And then connection with your spirit team and getting directions on what your next steps are, premonitions, internal knowings, telepathy, are all things that are happening as well. So a lot of you are going through this energy of reminiscing, having deja vu moments, having memories of past lives and connections from even this lifetime from the past. But these are connections that are helping you to remember who you are, where you came from, what you're meant to do, what your life path is, what a life purpose is, and so on and so forth, helping you to realize that you are dearly loved, and also to help you to see and accept your worth, value, and your power. On the bottom is counselor. It says you are a natural counselor and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. So this is just an indicator that you're meant to share your experience, strength, and hope to help other people to get through the things that they're going through. You're somebody who is natural at it. Why? Because you've been through many lifetimes, many experiences, even in this lifetime, that has helped you to get to a place of being able to help sharing your experience, strength, and hope. Which cards do I go to, please? Thank you. What other messages do you have for Sagittarius, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages from spirit or higher self, please. Thank you. So this is a time of accepting yourself for who you are, accepting yourself for where you're at, what you've gotten to, not beating yourself up for what you haven't accomplished yet, but being very grateful for the things that you've got to. One of the things that I am seeing is that you're very highly evolved, and a lot of times one of the things that comes with people that are highly evolved is, this energy of, am I really worth it? Why me? Why was I chosen to have this kind of ability? Just all these questions. And, it's really up to you to accept that you was chosen to be where you're at for a reason, that you have the know-how, the ability, and the understanding to perform this task of being a teacher, of being somebody who is there to counsel and help others in some way, shape, or form. What other messages? Thank you. Okay. No. So many of you are learning how to connect with both the masculine and the feminine aspect of yourself. So the masculine aspect of you is the logical thinker, the one that knows what it wants and knows how to get it and goes after it, not taking no for an answer, doing whatever it takes to get there. The feminine aspect is that aspect that is connected with the intuition, the discernment of spirit, the internal knowings, yeah, that makes sense, Dorothea. I'm sure that she is, or he is. But this is connecting with the intuition, the internal knowings, that part of you that is connected on a spiritual level. And the masculine is that part of you that's connected on like a physical level with the mind aspect instead of the third eye aspect. Anyhow, connecting with these energies right now, balancing these energies out is going to be helpful for some of you. You might even need to do some sort of balancing of all of the elements within your body. I also have videos here on YouTube that you can connect with that. It might be guided meditations or under healings. Either way, you might want to check into those. Which cards do I go to, please? For some of you, connecting with the earth, grounding your energy is going to be very beneficial as you do so. Make sure that you're clearing any unwanted energy that may be blocking you from your life's desires. Which cards do I go to, please? Thank you. Okay, guys, I'm almost done with Sagittarius, and then I'm going to be done with this live feed tonight. Again, if you're somebody who is interested in a free body scan and healing tomorrow, make sure that you're on my YouTube channel at 8 o'clock. I will be going live at 8 o'clock and taking names. I will probably only be doing about 10 free healings, so make sure that you're there early at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right, so expansion. Many of you are connected with a lot of the aspects of yourself from past life connections. So this is an indicator that, you know, you, again, have the know-how, the understanding of how to evolve and how to expand. You've had some sort of memories or some sort of recollection, downloads of information that has given you information that's let you know that, you know, you was here to help this planet evolve. You're in this process of expanding right now, and this is the ways that you need to expand. Yeah, which comes to, again, growth, expansion, same exact thing, same type of energy. You have a lot of guidance team that is around you, helping you to expand and grow at this time in multiple areas, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. One of the things that I am seeing is that you can't misuse your power at this time. The power that you have is power that you have worked hard towards, you know, making right, so you can't misuse it. There may be others around you that may mistaken you for misusing your energy. However, those are the those are the haters, the liars, the gossipers. Those are the people that you don't want in your energy. These are the energies that you want to let go and release. But I really don't like the word release, because to me that's like signing up again for something. So it's something that you surrender and let go of. Okay, let's see what kind of I am affirmations we have for Sagittarius, and I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for anybody. Yes, it's going to be available for replay. It does take a while for it to be processed, so it might be, you know, a little bit. I do have all but Leo's time stamps right here. I am going to put it down in the comments, but it may take me a while to do that. It depends on how long it takes to process. I am the change I wish to see in others. I am grateful for my ascension symptoms wait a minute, let me start all over. I am grateful for my ascension symptoms and the transformation that comes with them. I feel like I just read this one. I am the change I wish to see in others. Let me get another one. I am inspired. I hope that you guys have a wonderful evening. Much love to you. I am going to end this live feed. I've been on here for over 3 hours. I hope that everybody has a wonderful evening. Thank you guys for being here and being of support. Anybody who has shared this live feed, thank you. If you have subscribed or gave me a thumbs up, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so greatly appreciated. I do have a website. It is uniqueme303healing.net. If you're interested in a full reading, a healing, channeling, whatever, make sure that you're checking out all 3 pages. If you're at the front page, looking at the top left-hand corner, it'll have 3 lines. Each one of those lines represent a new page. So make sure that you're checking out all 3 pages. I hope that you guys have a wonderful evening. Much love to you. Bye.